Hello and welcome to beautiful Fraser, Michigan. I'm Ben Sloggy, joined with, as always, the man to my left, Brady Beaton, for surprisingly the final home series of the regular season. It felt like just basically yesterday. It was the middle of October. We were christening the barn, but instead, no, the season is coming down to a close. We have the playoffs next week. Matter of fact, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. There will be a game here at Big Boy Arena. The opponent is to be determined. There's a lot of balls still up in the air, Brady, to get the playoff seedings finalized.
Yeah, it is. It's been a season of ups and downs, and hopefully Motor City can end on an up. They had a 6-game losing streak snapped when they were swept by these Seawolves down in Biloxi a week ago. But I think this team back at home will be able to bounce back. Trevor Babin back in net. And Ben, he is going to be so imperative if Motor City makes the run. We both think they're capable of doing. Get him a little loose, get him reacclimated after a couple weeks off. He's going to be facing a couple really nice forwards from Mississippi. Get him ready, because once the playoffs get going, you need number 72 in net to be absolutely stout.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in net, well, on the ice tonight, you have obviously guys who need no introduction, Yaroslav Yokademov and, of course, Yanni Liriakos. Those guys were a thorn in the Rockers' side last weekend, but a guy who was a big thorn in the Rockers' side last weekend, Jake Rowley, is not here, so he's not playing, and they're missing 24 goals, 31 assists, and 55 points with Jake not being on the ice tonight, but it's big. As you said, Trevor Babin's going to be in tonight. Trevor Babin has not faced this team yet this year, and that's been kind of a big reason why Mississippi has won 4 out of 6 so far. Of course, the last 2 of the 6 haven't been played yet, but Babin's getting the first opportunity to see the Seawolves. He's feeling a little bit more healthy. He was taken out for precautionary reasons. If you remember, he got run into when Binghamton was playing, and he was feeling some effects of that hit. So he got a couple of weeks off. And in the meantime, Ricky Gonzalez actually surprising us. Got his start last Friday. A little bit of a rough pro debut for Ricky, the kid from Chatham. Let in 5 goals on 22 shots, but the defense wasn't there in front of him. He was chasing the puck a lot.
No, and with Babin back in net, and again, I mentioned the 2 forwards for Mississippi, Yedekimov and Liriakos. And then, especially with Raleigh off, their scoring falls off an absolute cliff. Liriakos, 101 points on the season. Big reason why, Yaroslav Yedekimov, 50 goals, 48 assists, 98 points. With Raleigh out, their next leading scorer, Philip Wong, has 33 points. So it's going to be a 2-man show for Mississippi back here. And I'll tell you, Yaroslav Yedekimov, I'll crown him. He's the best player in this league. The year-end awards, it was an absolute snub that Yedekimov was not first team. He is the best player in the Fed. The unfortunate part is he got off to a little bit of a late start with Mississippi. It took him a little while to get everything going. But really, since the new year, if you want to go to February, Mississippi's been a decent team. And if you put Mississippi in the other division, they're getting ready for a playoff spot right now.
That is true. They started the first half of the calendar year only with 5 wins. Since then, got 12 wins. They are at 17. Of course, 4 of those coming at the hands of the Rockers tonight. Brady, we know a couple of guys are out. Roman Gaudet's going to be out. Tommy Cardinal's going to be out. Derek Makama is going to be out. That's basically your second line that you're going to be missing. But that means Nick Papandrea is going to be moved up to forward, and same thing with Cody Oakes. With all that roster churn and movement, what are you expecting from this team tonight?
Well, I'm expecting them to treat this like a playoff game. Hey, start back checking, treat this, play this tight. Fight for that extra pass. Get some of those guys, because for guys like Papandrea and Oakes, this is kind of their audition. If they want to be dressed on Wednesday for the first playoff game, this is their opportunity. Now, who knows if any of those 3 will be back. Hopefully we see all of those 3 back in a Rockers uniform. But I expect this to be a much tighter game. They have Gordy Brown back behind the bench this weekend. Tighten it up. I really hope we don't see what we saw in Mississippi, where it's almost a race to 7 or 8 goals.
Yeah, and that was the frustrating part. Last weekend in particular, you had the first period. You left the first period with a lead. It was 2-1 in both games. And then the second and third period, Mississippi really took over from that standpoint. Again, getting goals. The defense was breaking down. Guys looking tired. I know a lot of players don't like the ice down there in Biloxi either. That doesn't help. if you were watching the game last weekend, a lot of guys were overskating the puck. The puck wasn't moving as they were used to, so there was some turnovers as well. But it's going to be interesting, too, because last weekend was also filled with a lot of penalties, a lot of fighting. Yep. These two teams don't like each other. I know you always say, Brady, you want to play smart. You don't want to take bad penalties. What do you think the Rockers, though, have to do to make sure that they're not the ones staying in the box a lot like they were last weekend as well?
Hey, again, it goes back to treat it like a playoff game. Hey, if Joe Pace wants to drop the gloves, oblige him, and then go back to playing. That's part of tightening it up for a playoff series. Don't poke the stick out. Don't get lazy. Move your feet. Make that extra, work just that extra little bit harder to put yourself in position, and don't get caught reaching out with the stick or in a position where you have to take a penalty.
All right, well, we're going to hand it over to Sean Rapsky, who's going to get us the starting lineups. We'll have the national anthem, and then we'll come right back with the start of puck drop right here in Big Boy Arena. We'll be right back. Well, nice little rendition there of the national anthem, but let's get you those starting lineups brought to you by Rock City Logistics. For a quote on all your global shipping needs, including LTL, rail, flatbed, and more, visit rockcitylogistics.com. That's rockcitylogistics.com. Brady, who's the starting lineups for both teams?
We'll start with the visiting Sea Wolves of Mississippi from Biloxi. On defense, they send out Sam Turner and one of the legends in the Fed, Joe Pace, out on the blue line. The forwards for Mississippi, Lucas Helland, Yaroslav Yudekimov, and Yanni Liarakos. Again, those two combined for nearly 200 points. Anthony Alisaio is in net. Got that Italian last name, going to throw me off. And for Motor City, on defense, Jamie Milam goes out there with Nick Miguel Diaz. The forwards tonight, Connor Inger, Declan Conway, and Scott Koash. The top line for Motor City, Trevor Babin back in net, and he is a sight for sore eyes. Anytime he's between the pipes, Motor City's got a chance.
Yeah, that's why, again, it's exciting. It's going to be the first time he's going to see the Seawolves all year. Well, again, backup goaltender tonight is going to be Ricky Gonzalez. Blake Scott has the night off, dealing with a little bit of a small little maybe pinched nerve. We don't know exactly what it is. We're not going to play doctor, but he is day-to-day. So he has the night off, and we were fortunate to have Gonzalez back in with the team. He was supposed to go back to Chatham because he has a lab to finish before he graduates. So good thing Ricky is back with us. Face off, center ice controlled by Liriakos. It's going to go all the way down to Lazio. Tries to play this one out. Here come the Seawolves. The Seawolves, again, been really red hot in 2023. Not so much in 2022. But they have started to right the ship. They are dangerous. Helen with a centering opportunity. Liriakos centers that one in front. It's going to go wide.
Want to see how this game plays out, especially as it goes on. Only 16 skaters for Mississippi tonight. Might have a little bit of a shorter bench. I know Motor City's missing a few guys. They were able to replace most of them.
That is true. It's going to be interesting to see. Of course, we know that bus ride is a hike.
Long way from the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes, it is. Here come the Seawolves coming in. That was Schofer. He's going to give it up to the far side. It's going to be shot into a crowd. Oakes is going to pick it up. Minute into this game, Cody Oakes looking to get this one out. Can't be played there by Ryder. Schofer moves it back up ahead. Now played there by Wong to the far side corner. Colton sends it right back, and it's going to be kept in. Good play there by Mississippi. Lino with a shot. That's going to be deflected wide. I believe that was off Miguel Diaz's stick. Puck's going to go behind the net. Ryder will pick it up. Ryder waiting for a better opportunity. On a little give and go. Gets it right back. Gets it to the far side. Oakes trying to settle it down. Now he swipes. So it goes all the way in. Delazio plays it. Interesting jerseys for Mississippi tonight.
Yeah, it's not too often you see a beer brand on the front chest for Mississippi, but apparently it was worth their while to wear them on the road. Doesn't really match their color scheme too much, but hey, you got to do what you got to do.
I was going to say, I was thinking maybe we had a little Elmira situation at first, but no, they're all in uniform.
They're all in uniform. They all have their name on it. It's definitely an interesting look for sure.
Definitely is. Joe Pace, rink-wide pass. Going to be settled down there.
Almost like the the European soccer, where they don't have any mention of their actual club on there or their team. It's just a big sponsor on the front. And, well, I don't know if I'm a traditionalist, but I don't think Mississippi's logo, it's definitely unique enough. It has some tradition. Why don't you display that a little bit? But, again, if the price is right, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, maybe we'll see him tomorrow night. Who knows? But you're right. It's definitely a little weird. Definitely a European look tonight. Here's Inger through center. Inger trying to go around a couple of players. Fires a shot. It's going to be deflected high and past Lazio. So puck goes out of play. Game not even 3 minutes old so far. It is Macomb County night. Have the commissioner right in front of us. Of course, the reason why it's Macomb County night, it's our home. We wanted to thank the members of Macomb County for welcoming us here. We are going to stay here for a while. We did extend our lease, so we want to give a thank you to them, and all the support in Macomb County is still growing that fan base, but it is Macomb County night tonight. Fan appreciation night is tomorrow night. Want to come out, celebrate, skate with the team, you can. Here's Conway, comes through. There's a shot. Good save by the Lazio. Freezes it. It's going to be a face-off to his left. So Koash getting his stick ready. Liriakos again with another face-off win. Puck's going to come to the near side. Helen swipes at it. Still trying to settle this one down. Helen gets it to center. Wynn swipes at it. That's a miss. Liriakos gives this one wide. It's going to be a wraparound attempt. Babin's there to stop it. And Trevor Babin was waiting for this night.
Haven't had a lot of flow in the early going. Mississippi controlled play for a bit, but the way they play, they like to trade chances. Again, they want to get their two goal scorers opportunities, and just hasn't been, it's been very clunky to start the game.
It has. And again, it was kind of clunky last weekend too a little bit. Looks like Liriakos has a broken stick, so he's going to go to the bench to get it after the face-off. Turner's going to keep it in out the far side, sends it back. Now Vanderweel just out of his reach, couldn't get there. This should be icing, and it is. Well, someone actually letting us know, Brady, that these are the warm-up jerseys. Don't know why, again, they would wear them, but.
Again, forget them at home. Or, I don't know. Hey, they all have their name. Well, they mostly have their name on their back, and they all have their right numbers. So sometimes beggars can't be choosers.
That is true. Here's Wynn to the far side. It's going to go off the skates of Oaks. It's going to come down. Turner's going to play it to the near side. Kept in by Vanderweel. Just going to slap past this one to the far side. Got to appreciate all the interactions on chat row. Of course, people here at Big Boy Arena. Here's Dekimov. Goes wraparound attempt again. That's going to go all the way out. Jackson Bond with a shot. Another save there by Babin. Babin with another save, trying to go 5-hole.
Just ice it.
Yep.
Get it out of the zone any way you can.
Yeah, Milam kind of heard you, except he waited to cross the center line and was able to dump it in. Lambden comes off the bench to play it, gets taken off the puck. Liriakos has it now. Good stretch pass to Bond, gets broken up. Miguel Diaz catching that one like an outfielder. He'll dump it in. It's not going to be icing. He was past center, so play will continue. Upright, getting hit in the corner. Puck's going to come out. Haskins moves this one ahead. Wong gets it to center. Going to bounce off a skate. Upright allows Mississippi to retain possession. Here's Lind. Lind goes as he tumbles down, tries to go 5-hole. Babin makes a save, and the net's off the moorings. Connor Lind looking for his first of the year. Played 39 games, has 7 assists, but no goals. That one was kind of close, a little too close for comfort if you're a Rocker fan.
Yeah, Motor City's playing a more passive game right now. It looks like they're almost waiting for Mississippi to make a mistake. They're going to let them pass the puck around, try to break out, make those long passes. I don't know if they're trying to catch them on the counter or Mississippi's just doing a good job attacking the zone right now. But puck possession's been in favor of Mississippi, and there hasn't been as aggressive as a forecheck as we've seen before from Motor City. Yeah,
Motor City kind of easing it in. But then again, you're missing basically your second line. You could see why they might be a little more timid. Here's an opportunity in front. Babin kicks that away. Motor City trying to tilt the ice the other way. That's Koash to Inger. Inger gets it to center, back to Koash. You can't settle it down. Puck will go to the end line. Trying to get this one back to the half wall on the far side. Upright can't control the puck. Wong now with it, back to Upright. Upright's going to try that Hail Mary to Bond. Jackson Bond this time settles it down. Not going to be a hand pass. Play will continue. There's an opportunity. It's just going to go wide. That was a dangerous feed that everyone was caught off guard by, but Mississippi just could not get a stick on it.
I will say early on, been impressed by the hands of the Mississippi players. They've made some nice passes. They've moved the puck around. They've controlled it on their stick well. And they've worked around some Motor City defenders that weren't necessarily out of position.
No. Again, a couple of Motor City players are going to be out of position just because normally they're defensemen. They will be forwards. Again, Nick Papandrea and Cody Oakes going to be forwards tonight. Here's Ryder through center. Ryder has Rotundi on the near side. He'll drop this one off. Win with a shot. Good save by DeLazio. Will take us into our first media timeout. Brady, what are those shots looking like? And if anything else is happening around the league, let us know what's going on. We got a scoreboard watch tonight. Nothing is settled just yet. Yeah, right now Mississippi outshooting Motor City 6-2 at the first break. Only score from around the league that's changed. Danbury 1-0 over Port Huron. If Port Huron doesn't get all 3 points and Motor City, it would have to be Port Huron would have to get all 3 points. Motor City would have to lose in regulation for Port Huron to still be in contention for the 3 seed. So if Danbury gets a win, it doesn't matter what happens here. Motor City clinches the 3 seed. Watertown, Delaware, they just dropped the puck, no score there. Carolina and Columbus dropped the puck, no score there. Same with Binghamton and Elmira. Oh, there you go. Again, a lot of people are going to be fans of Danbury tonight. Again, you're right. Motor City just needs 1 point to lock up third place. It could be an overtime loss. Obviously, you'd like a win. An overtime win still helps you because you get 2 at that point. But, again, another series that we're going to be looking at is Columbus and Carolina. They're within a point of each other. Last weekend's series was very closely contested last weekend, but this weekend's just as important for them. Yeah, and if you're Port Huron and Motor City, you're hoping they just beat the heck out of each other. They play the most physical. You want them to go to overtime the next 2 nights. You want them to beat them down. And if you're Motor City, that's a quick turnaround. They'll play 2 games Friday, Saturday. They're coming up here, probably want to leave Monday night. If you just get done with the physical series, that's going to be a tough turnaround for the playoffs. It is. It kind of works in your favor, but again, the playoffs are scheduled that way for a reason. As we said, it's going to be a drive from Winston-Salem all the way up here Wednesday for either team. Ryder losing control of the puck. Here with it now, Rotundi looking for that stretch pass, has Conway, drops it off to Ryder. Ryder carrying it in, tries to fire that one. That was a floating shot, but DeLazio. Looked like one of the Seawolves defenders just got their stick on it to throw it off, just enough to make the easy save. Yep, just enough. That's all you got to do is just get a stick on it, change the trajectory of the puck. Just do just that. Well, the new 5 for the Rockers, Tim Perks, Cade Lambden, Nick Papandrea, Miguel Diaz, and Jamie Milam are going to be the 5 for the Rockers as they get a wholesale change. Again, got to kind of juggle the lines tonight. Milam keeps it in, fires it to the far side off the end boards. Papandrea gives it to Lambden. Lambden looking for a centering opportunity. Can't cleanly pass it to the middle. So that's going to be taken to the end line. Papandrea cutting this one off. Again, he was an interesting signing when he was brought onto this team. He's been a guy that's bounced around the league, but he's from Chesterfield, so he's closer to home, and maybe that'll help him out here as Papandrea is going to chase after this one. Again, in the Fed, it's not going to be like you have at the NHL level. You're going to have turnover, whether that's injuries, whether that's guys going to different leagues, what have you. So you need to have 2, 3, 4 guys almost on retainer at any time that you call them on a Wednesday and they're ready by Friday. And that's the role Papandreou finally was playing, and being close to home, he gets the opportunity. Again, maybe trying to play his way into the lineup for a playoff game. Yeah, there's a centering opportunity for Mississippi. Can't find tape to tape. Motor City gets it clear. It's not going to touch the end line. Has to be played. Helen, though, is going to offer a bank pass to the far side. Haskins will try to pick it up. Haskins swipes at it. Gets it on the second attempt. Oh, that was almost a turnover in front. And finally, DeLazio covers it up. Freezes it right there in the blue paint. DeLazio's played in 11 games. He's 5-3-1. Save percentage just under 90 at 89%. Goals against average is a little high at 4.5. Motor City trying to break a scoreless tie. Here's Conway coming through as he's going to lose an edge. No hand goes up. Play will continue.
Yeah, just tried to lean a bit too much. That's a good no call. No one got in his skates. Just leaned a bit too far.
Yeah, just a little bit, but that's going to be icing on the Seawolves. So faceoff's going to come down 200 feet. Faceoff's going to come to the near side circle. Ryder, Vanderweel, and Oakes, the forwards. Suffredini and Colton, the defensive pairing. Dante Suffredini gets it to middle. There's Vanderweel firing it. Oh, went low glove side, and somehow Anthony is able to get down on his knees to stop that one. Sometimes it's nice when you're under 6 feet tall as a goaltender, and that's a prime example.
Well, it was a perfect feed in the middle. I just don't think he had enough time. Vanderweel did to get the shot off, and it just slipped off the end of the stick. Perfect pass. Didn't get all of it. He's going to wish he had that one back.
Definitely. Good look in the center. Back to center. Bond over skates. Coming with it now is Oakes. There's a shot. It's going to be deflected through the middle. Ryder using the forecheck, forcing Russell to play it. He's going to try to get this one out of the D zone. Motor City now utilizing that forecheck, maybe feeling a little more comfortable in their roles as we are almost halfway through this first period. 9.5 have gone by so far.
Yeah, I was just going to say, seems like Motor City settled in a little bit. They've been dictating the last 5 minutes or so of play. They've controlled the pace. There's been a lot of play to our left in the Mississippi zone.
Definitely has. Suffredini tried to get this one by, and Carasini making him retreat. Here's Colton, has a stretch pass opportunity coming off is Elias Thompson. Elias looking for a backhand. Oh, centered it nicely. No one was home. Tim Perks picking it up, though. Puck's going to come back out to center. Swiped at and dumped in.
I like that idea from Thompson. He ran out of room, so he just slid it across, hoping someone would be charging. Not there, but he really had no chance on a shot. Didn't have a good angle. Didn't have it on the stick well enough. Just slides it across to safety.
Yep. When you run out of room, it's not a bad idea to center the puck, ever. Also gets the puck out of the way the game's flowing as well. Rotundi doing that exact thing, giving it up to the near side. Lambden just out of his reach. Seawolves trying to get their breakout going. Scoper trying to pass it. It's going to be intercepted. There's Conway going high and wide with his shot.
Saw him stare at the rafters. He knew he had an opportunity, just put it a little bit too high. That's when Declan wants back bad.
Yokademov gets in through, gets clogged up in the middle. Motor City getting it back to center. Lind gives it up to Turner. That one was intended for Helen, just goes off of his stick. Not going to be icing. Play has to continue. 9:50 left here. Scoreless first period, even though both teams have had a couple of good looks. Rotundi has the puck, gives it up to the near side. That's going to be intercepted. Yokademov working this puck into Lariakos. Yokademov has it, tries to center it to himself, and that's going to be a good clear. Puck's going to come all the way down. Has to be played there by DeLazio. Comes back to center. Lariakos was the intended target for that stretch pass. Conway breaking that one down. Good pass in front by Koash. Helen tries to play it, just can't skate to get to the puck. Miguel Diaz has control of it here. Next stoppage will take us to immediate timeout. Nick Miguel Diaz tries to get it through the center. That gets deflected wide. Koash has it. And that one just goes out of play as that's deflected out of harm's way. So, Brady, what are the shots and if anything has changed in our out-of-town scoreboard?
Oh, shots on goal, they've stayed stagnant for one side. Mississippi still stuck at 6. Motor City's added a few more, 6-5. The shot total through 11 minutes and a second of play. Danbury still up 1-0 against Port Huron. That's at the end of 1. Watertown, Delaware, scoreless. Binghamton struck first in Elmira. They lead it 1-0. And Columbus and Carolina still scoreless again. I want that to be a tight, checking, brutal game. I want there to be penalties. I want there to be fights. I want those two teams to be as worn down as possible, because I'm telling you right now, fans in Winston-Salem, fans in Columbus are saying, all right, we're going to do this dance this weekend, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. I think there's a team in purple and black right in front of us that's going to have something to say about that.
Well, when they were on their 6-game win streak, they took 2 from both Columbus and Carolina. So there might be a little bravado there, but Motor City has shown that they can beat both teams in a 3-game series. So
whoever comes out of the Continental is going to have earned it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's much of a hot take to say that the Continental is the stronger division. Heck, like I said in the pregame, if this Mississippi Seawolves team was playing in a different division, they'd be getting ready for a playoff series next week.
Definitely. Again, what they've done in the second half of the season, getting 12 wins, it's been impressive. The turnaround that this team has made, they made a lot of changes to their roster in January, was getting some players out onto the waiver wire, getting some guys back in, and again,
Joe Pace just finds a way.
He does. You got to give credit to Joe Pace. He was an interim until March 3rd. He dropped the interim tag.
Well, he's been in the Fed long enough. He knows just about everyone who's ever laced up their skates in this league.
Yeah, that's true. Joe Pace is definitely a veteran.
His hockey DB page is like a CVS receipt. It just keeps going.
14 years in the league will do that to you. Ryder with a centering opportunity. Vanderweel! That time! Buries that one. It's a 1-0 game. Danny Vanderweel getting number 5 on the year.
And that's how quick it can happen. Just a little backhand pass out. Vanderweel found the hole in the defense, came right up to the puck, and put it perfectly on the inside part of that far post. Just a nice, again, we talked about it a few minutes ago. When you run out of room, you're getting pinched, go to center, good things happen, and Vanderweel right there. He's got the hands to do it, and a perfect shot on the far side.
Well, the last time he was dead center, he just pushed it to the far side post. That time, decided I'm going to go a little bit higher. And it's a 1-0 game in favor of Motor City. Again, last weekend, though, Motor City did leave the first period with a lead. It's the adjustments after the first period that you have to watch out for with Mississippi. Delazio gives it up to the far side. This one was not settled down and cleared. Cerrone had a good opportunity. It's really funny. Cerrone's a kid out of Detroit, but he grew up in Nebraska.
2 very different places.
2 very different places. But here's Motor City coming with it. Miguel Diaz, it's going to be a 3-on-2. Miguel Diaz has Perks on the near side, just out of his reach. Perks now tries to center it. Elias Thompson was not there for it, though, and it's going to be coming the other way.
Again, the theme I mentioned about 10 minutes ago of game time, as periods wind down, as the games wind on, look for Mississippi maybe to be a step slower. They've got a very thin roster. Motor City can roll their lines. It might not be their usual guys, but they definitely have a full lineup tonight. They might be able to wear them down, be a little more physical than the Seawolves.
Oh, definitely. It always helps when you're at home, too. Here's Conway. That's going to be poked off of his stick by Russell. Play's going to come the other way. Dumped in by Helen. Yokademov couldn't get there. There's a centering opportunity. Yokademov's going to play it. There's a shot. Babin makes the save.
I believe that's the first shot for Mississippi in about 10 minutes of game action.
I was going to say, it's been a while. There's a deflection in front into a crowd. It's going to be settled down. Koash looking at his options. I was going to say, it definitely feels like it's been 10 minutes. Maybe not exactly to the second, but it's pretty close. Another stretch pass to the middle. Liriakos gives it to Yokademov. Yokademov to the far side circle. There's a shot. Center mass save just under the left wing of Trevor Babin. He'll freeze it right there. Just a few ticks, under 7 remaining. The Dark Knight is back, patrolling the 4x6. That is Gotham City here at Big Boy Arena. Again, precautionary reasons. If it was in a pinch, he said he would have played, but it's good to see he's getting tuned up right before the playoffs, and again, has not faced Mississippi all year. Back in February was serving that 4-game suspension. Didn't see him then. of course, last weekend was out, again, due to precautionary reasons. So Trevor was looking forward to this. Speaking of goaltenders, Travis Ridgeton is already practicing after his surgery. Can you believe that?
It's been longer ago than you think, Ben. It's felt quicker. It's been a long season. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was probably 4 or 5 months when we last saw him.
It's been a while. Middle of December, I think, was the last time we saw Trav. But it's good to see him getting work. Here's Ryder trying to work the puck in himself on the near side. But again, a lot of people thought he wasn't going to start practicing until June. He's already doing it. It's not even May, so ahead of schedule. A lot of music to a lot of people's ears as the puck goes back. DeLazio will have to play it. Gets it back to center. Jackson Bond settling it down. Here's a cross-ice pass just out of reach of Wong, and we'll have a stoppage. Might be a too many men penalty here. Saw the circle the drain. It's going to be a 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's going against Motor City.
Yep.
Papandrea is going to serve it.
Well, 5:47 left here in the first. Motor City is going to go on the penalty kill. Each time that happens, it's brought to you by the Kustra Law Firm. For all your legal needs around the Metro Detroit area, including getting out of the penalty box in your own situation, visit KustraLaw.com and see how they can help you today. That's Kustra with a K, law.com.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I harp on these things, but it's because it'll make a difference. A too many men penalty, that's one you can avoid. That's a miscommunication. That's a mental error. In a 3-game series, you can't afford to take a penalty like that. In such a short series, you can't have a bad period. You can't have a bad penalty. That could be the difference between your season ending or it continuing on.
That is true. Well, here's Russell at the top. Fires that one into a crowd. It's going to be easily cleared there by Cade Lambden. You're right. If there's anything you want to start tweaking up, this is the weekend to do it. Liriakos soccers it to himself. Yanni gives it up to the far side. Puck now on Wong's stick. Wong takes it through center. Just going to dump it in. Miguel Diaz going to race down behind the net to get there first. Ryder gets this one out of play. It's worth bringing up. Without Makema and Gaudette, the penalty kill is definitely going to be changed significantly. I was talking with Gordy before the game.
He's a big body. He can get into the dirty areas. He can muscle some guys out of there. He's a nice player that might not always show up on the score sheet, but I really like when number 10's roaming around the ice. I think he does a good job out there. And, yeah, you're right. On the penalty kill, that's might where you'll miss him the most.
Yeah, well, Gordy said, he goes, we might have a guy like Mike Wynn play forward on a penalty kill because you still have Colton, you still have Miguel Diaz and Dante Suffredini and Jamie that could all be guys there, but again, you got to fluctuate how the PK is going to be. That's going to take us to the final media timeout of the first period. 4:39 left here in the first. Motor City has a 1-0 lead. Brady, what are the shots?
Mississippi leading Motor City in shots 8-6. By the way, on the Danny Vanderweel goal, Brad Ryder, Cody Oakes both record assists for Ryder. He's having a heck of a year in the assist column. That's number 33 for Cody Oakes. That's just his 6th, but both get on the score sheet. Looking around the Fed, Danbury still up 1-0 on Port Huron. Again, that game in the first intermission. Watertown and Delaware still scoreless. Binghamton up 2-1 over Elmira. Offense is flying up and down the ice in Columbus and Carolina. Still scoreless. Keep that a low-scoring, grinded-out game. No finesse, please, for the next 2 nights.
Yeah, well, again, still want to be fans of Danbury. The fact that they're still holding on to that 1-0 lead.
Hey, we take care of business here. You don't have to worry about Danbury. Motor City has the 3rd seed in their own hands. Go ahead, take it. Again, does it mean much? Not really. You're still going to have to play a first-round series, and you would only get home ice if there was an upset. But you want to set yourself up in the best spot possible. You don't know who you're going to play. Carolina leads Columbus by a point, but you want to get a couple wins going into the postseason.
Well, you're not wrong. That's a good mentality to have, especially in the postseason coming up on Wednesday. Still waiting to see why we haven't dropped the puck yet. But, yeah, you're right. Win tonight doesn't matter. You like to have the insurance, though, of a win on the opposite side in Port Huron. But again, finish mentality, as you've talked about, Brady, learning how to finish, taking, destiny in your own hands.
That killer instinct that I've been just the cliche, I've been rolling and rolling and rolling, and that's what Motor City's had since really the calendar's turned to March.
Really has. And they've been playing that way too, except for last weekend. Liriakos tries to center that one. Babin stops it with his chest, and that's going to be another clear all the way down for Motor City on the Kustra Law penalty kill. Here's Turner. Liriakos gives it up to the far side. Wong carries it in, back to Liriakos, gives it to Turner at the top. Here's Helen, tries to center that one. That's going to be broken up. Motor City playing well on the PK. Here's an opportunity. You have Conway and Koash. It's a 2-on-0. There's a shot in the goal. Shorthanded goal. Declan Conway to Scott Koash. It's a 2-0 game.
You get Koash, Conway 2-0. Forget about it. It's over. I mean, that's a shorthanded goal. That is a beauty from those two.
Well, it was a better play trying to get this one out, and then again, just feathered right there to Koash, and it was everyone caught flat-footed at that point.
They did a good job but taking advantage of it, but man, that was bad by Mississippi. No one bailed. No one was going back. They left their goalie out to dry. That's when you get in the locker room after the first period. If you're Anthony D'Alessio, you go, guys, really? You're gonna do that to me? They're two leading scorers, 2-0.
Yeah, well, there is that. And now we're going to have a fight. Elias Thompson getting his sleeves ready. Looks to be going up against Mason Cerrone. Cerrone waiting. You can see Thompson with his right hand cocked. He's waiting as he's wiggling his fingers. Cerrone reaches in. Thompson tied up. It's now a sumo match. Who's going to throw the first punch? Cerrone can't do it. He's got a reach disadvantage. Elias now gets a right hand in, gets an undercut in, tries to go over the top. He's hitting the helmet. Cerrone goes down. Elias Thompson and Cerrone in the pregame were talking, maybe didn't know if this was going to be a fight or not. They did. They're going to spend their last few minutes in their respective locker rooms, but everyone here at Big Boy Arena loved to see that tussle.
Oh. I know he has to go for 5, but really Cerrone should just get 2 for delay a game. He never threw a punch.
No.
They danced for a little bit, and then Thompson used his reach, got a few overhands on him, and hey, good for him. I appreciate them dropping the gloves. If someone was going to drop the gloves, I thought we were going to see number 13, Joe Pace, do it. Back in the state, he called home for a while, but it got some fans pumped up here at Big Boy Arena.
Yeah, this place, it's a humble barn, but it's getting loud. Papandrea comes out of the box. It's 5-on-5. There's a quick shot. Good blocker save by DeLazio. First time he's seen some action on a 5-on-5, but again, giving up a shorthanded goal.
And after the first few minutes, Motor City's really tightened it up defensively. Yeah. It's been a sparing shot here or there. Motor City's controlled the pace of play. This is how I hope they would have played last weekend. Now let's see it carry over more than just the first 15 minutes and change. Let's take this into the second period. Let's choke a team out.
Well, again, last weekend they had the lead after 1. It's the adjustments that need to be made in the second period. Here's Conway to the far side. There's a centering opportunity. Rebound goal! Scott Koash puts that one through. That's number 2 on the night for number 88. Making it 3-0 with 3:03 left here in the first.
Ben, it's been a while since I've gotten the opportunity to talk about it. I think the Elmira series was the last time I brought it up, but you can absolutely put a team away in the first period. You're up 3-0. There's 3 minutes left. You put one more in there. A team that already kind of looks like, hey, they just made the trip from the Gulf of Mississippi or Gulf of Mexico all the way up to Michigan. They gave it a good run early. They gave up a few goals. You can crush their spirits if you get another goal here in the final 3 minutes.
100%. Absolutely 100%. Right now, Motor City has a big 3-0 lead. See if it holds.
Just seems like no one from Mississippi really moving their feet. No one trying to get in the dirty areas, win those 50-50 pucks. And Motor City, they're playing like a team they know. They know they have a chance to pull off an upset starting on Wednesday.
Well, here's another opportunity. Oakes gets this one down low, looking for a centering pass, gets it to the slot. Vanderweer looking for number 2 as well. That's going to be a save. Good save there by Anthony DeLazio.
Again, right there, you had 4 guys almost around the crease. No one up to find the rocker coming in and top the blue line. Ben, we can barely skate. Mir, you could have made that pass back up to the point. He was so wide open. Just no communication, not making that extra movement.
Yeah, well, Motor City using their speed. They do have speed. They do play better at home than they do on the road, as most teams in the Fed do. But this has been a nice little surprise. Again, it took a while to get adjusted to the new lines, again, with basically your second line out. Motor City adjusting just fine so far. As early returns, ROI looks great. Perks tries to swipe at it. It's in the circle. It's going to come out. Wong with it. Gets it to center. Has Bond crashing in. Can't get it to him. Here's Turner. Turner, puck going off of his stick. Bond in the middle. There's a shot. Got deflected by Miguel Diaz. 2:10 left here in the first period. 3-0 game for Motor City. Milam gets it to Perks. Perks trying to clear the zone. He can't. Kept in there by Wong. You can see, though, Mississippi starting to bail early. A little shell-shocked a little bit.
They've had barely any play inside the Rockers' blue line since the first media timeout. Motor City, I don't know if they had to shake off the rust or whatever, but they've been playing a lot better since. 2
big saves there by Babin. Bond had a look. Yukademov had the best look, and somehow, again, that X-ray vision of a good goaltender of the Dark Knight.
Again, Trevor Babin, what I like that he does really well is he plays the percentages. When he's not sure where the puck is, he knows the general area, how he should play it, where he needs to go. Because that's what being a goaltender is, playing the percentages, come out, cutting down the angles. He does a really good job of that, even when he's not sure where the puck is.
Yeah, it's all about squaring up. There's a stretch pass. Settled down. Yukademov gets this one to Liriakos. Liriakos shaded nicely as he has to center. It's going to be intercepted. Here's Koash looking for maybe a hat trick here with a minute left. He gets taken off the puck, though. Good play there by Skofer. Liriakos gets this one, moves it ahead to Yukademov. That's going to be poked back to center. Here's Papandreou taking this one in, backhands this one all the way to the end line. And actually, if Koash gets a goal, it's a natural hat trick. Well, it's a leaked out pass. Liriakos, Yukademov. They're going to try to do work. Good break up there. There's a shot. What a save by Babin. A floating backhander, and Babin somehow, as he's floating away, makes a beautiful save to keep it at 3-0.
Here's something you have to keep in the back of your mind if you're anyone for Motor City. You have another game on Wednesday. You have the playoffs to play for. This is the end of the road for Mississippi. Hey, if something goes wrong, if they get suspended or something happens, it doesn't hurt them at all.
No.
You have everything to lose and nothing to gain. Keep your heads if you're Motor City. Because, Ben, what have I said all year? When this team is together, when they're all on the ice when they need to be, that's when good things happen. When was their biggest losing streak? When they lost guys to injuries and suspensions and couldn't get the full lineup out in late December through early February. When they've all been out there, they are a team to be reckoned with. This is the team that's knocked off or taken series from both Carolina and Columbus in the past month.
That's true. Good face-off win. Turner has the puck deep in retreat, though, gets it to Helen. Helen flicks this one. It's going to be broken up by Inger. That's going to be offsides. Koash was just past the blue paint. So he touched the puck, but if he wasn't offsides, Conway almost was. So it was going to be offsides no matter what. So Inger, Koash, Conway, Sufferdini, and Colton. Colton was the one on the shorthand that chipped the puck up ahead, who really got that play going. So he gets the hockey assist, and Colton now has 34 assists on the year for 41 points on the season. And here's Lind and Conway talking about it. Saw last weekend a lot of fighting and a lot of extracurriculars.
Love what Declan Conway did. He just wry smile, backed up. He wanted no part of it, nor should he.
Yeah. Well, that was my fear too, as you brought up so astutely. Really don't have a lot to play for on the other side of the ice. You could really goon it up if you really wanted to. It's always a concern. You see it in high school hockey a lot. If you know you're going to be outmanned, you can take out a couple of players, but good play there by Declan Conway to get away from the fray. But again, last weekend there was a lot of extracurriculars down in Biloxi. There's a quick shot at the buzzer. Connor Inger, though, can't beat Anthony DeLazio, and that's going to take us to the first intermission. Of course, intermission stats are brought to you by Triumph Geared Solution. Machinist jobs are available right here in Metro Detroit. Learn more by visiting careers.triumphgroup.com to learn more. That's careers.triumphgroup.com to learn more. Brady, what are the shots? Give us a scoring recap, and of course, got to check out that out-of-town scoreboard, but things are looking good for Motor City early.
Shots end up 12-10 in favor of your Motor City Rockers. They have all 3 goals. Started 11-20 in. Danny Vanderweel just tucked it inside the right post. Assist from Brad Ryder and Cody Oakes. There's a beautiful backhand pass right out to Vanderweel. Scott Koash would score down a man. It was a 2-on-0. Poor guy never had a chance in that. Anthony Alolcio, again, I'm going to get that name down eventually if it kills me, had no chance. Scott Koash with the goal, Declan Conway with the assist. Josh Colton did a nice job getting it past, which a defense that was maybe taking a nap for Mississippi, and then Scott Koash would do it again just 47 seconds later on the rebound. Connor Inger, Ryan Rotundi each record assists. Around the league, Port Huron has knotted it up with Danbury. They are tied at 1 aside. Delaware strikes first in Harrington over Watertown. They lead it 1-0. Binghamton up 2-1 over Elmira. Columbus and Carolina still tied, but this time at 1 aside.
Interesting. Well, a lot of good things here in the first period. Again, it took Motor City a second or two, a beat or two, to get used to the lineup changes. Obviously, 3 forwards out tonight, but you still have the full complement of players. And again, you have the roster flexibility of 2 of those defensemen could also be forwards, as Papandrea and Cody Oakes getting moved back to the front line as they've been intermittently changed throughout their hockey careers. But Brady, what's working and what's not working that you've seen so far in the first period?
Well, the thing that's working is Motor City's taking advantage of maybe some lackadaisical defense from Mississippi, getting in the middle of the ice, and if no one's going to stop you from that centering pass, you keep taking it the whole time. I want to see Motor City keep being physical, wear down this limited roster for Mississippi, and don't let them get the first goal. If you get the next one, you can put them away. Again, after that first 5 minutes, Mississippi looked like a team that just traveled up from the Gulf of Mexico and doesn't really have much to play for.
Oh, there's that. Well, it's going to be an interesting second period. We know Mississippi likes to make good adjustments, and it was evident last weekend. Motor City had leads after 1. They were 2-1 leads after 1, but again, it was the second period that kind of did them in, allowing 4 goals or 5 straight goals on the other side. Motor City's doing a good job, though. Anytime Lariakos and Yukademov have had the puck in the offensive zone, they're mucking up that middle. What would you like to see to make sure what happened last weekend doesn't happen this weekend?
Just know when 89 and 16 are on the ice. Yeah. Change it up. Make sure you maybe sacrifice some offense with the defense, especially with the 3-0 lead. No Jake Raleigh. So really, hey, you take away 16 and 89, and if any of the other skaters beat you, you tip your cap and you say, good on you. You're not going to do it 2 more times. Just make sure it's not one of those, although that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done. We'll find out what happens in the second stanza here at Big Boy Arena, but for now, we'll step away, catch our breaths, allow you to maybe, I don't know, walk the dog, stretch your legs, maybe get some refreshments from the pantry or the fridge. We will be back in about 14 minutes or so with the second period right here from Big Boy Arena. Motor City has a 3-0 lead over the Mississippi Seawolves. You are watching Motor City Rockers hockey on their YouTube page. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here to Big Boy Arena. I'm Ben Salagi, joined with, as always, Brady Beaton, almost getting the second period underway here in Fraser. A little bit of a scoring update really quick. Up the road on I-94, Port Huron now trailing 3-1. Binghamton has a 2-1 lead over Elmira, still 1-1 Carolina and Columbus. And Delaware still has that 1-0 lead over Watertown. Really quick update as well. Elias Thompson and Mason Cerrone will come out of the box in about 1:50 here in the second period. Again, they both went off for fighting at 16-10. So either way, it's going to be interesting to see what adjustments were made by Joe Pace and the Seawolves, because the second period has been their period against Motor City.
Well, yeah, I have to imagine the adjustments are going to be don't give up high-quality opportunities. A backhand that came from behind the net, slides right out in front, no one there. Vanderweel slaps it home. A 2-on-0, that was a slam dunk for Motor City, and a rebound, which Koash had no one in front of him, just knocked it right in.
That's true. We are officially underway. Turner trying to pick up the puck here. Motor City, of course, attacking left to right across your screen. Here's Miguel Diaz looking for an option. Gets it to Inger. He'll just chip it down to the end line. Koash will chase. Turner will beat him to the puck. Gets it to the near side. Yukademov back to Turner. Good forechecking pressure by Motor City. Puck comes back out to center. Declan Conway had control of it, but Motor City gives it right up. Schofer gets it back. Yukademov touches it. Lariakos, one touch back to him. Helen crashes the middle. Centered opportunity. They can't connect. Motor City trying to flip the ice the other way. Turner intercepts it at center. It's just going to dump it right back in. Babin's going to chip at it. Koash trying to pick it up in the corner. It's going to come back to him. Gets it back to the half wall and going to come all the way out. Chasing after this one is Haskins. It's going to be a quick line change for Motor City. Vanderweel and Oakes and Ryder come out. Forwards have changed in the partial change. Attacking is the Seawolves. Liriakos back up to the point. Haskins fires that one. Babin makes a save. Rebound was loose, but could not be controlled.
Just like in the first period, Mississippi comes out playing aggressively. Motor City can survive this flurry for the first 3 to 5 minutes. I think they'll be all right settling into the second.
There's Motor City, as you said, settling in. Ryder and Vanderweel attacking. Vanderweel tries to center it back, and good cover there by DeLazio.
At least that time for Mississippi, you look back, you saw Haskins waiting at the blue line to prevent the 2-on-0. Had a little bit of a difference with at least someone trying to prevent any counterattack from Motor City.
Well, coming out of the box, Cerrone and Thompson, so everyone has a full roster with them right now. Again, a lot of the fans still applauding them as they come to the bench. They enjoyed that tussle. With just about 3:50 left in the first period. Again, just got to wonder if they're going to tussle again, these two teams. They tussled a lot last weekend in Biloxi. Here's Perks, tries to center this in front. Good tie up in front of the net there by Wong. Mississippi again tries to get it out of the D zone, breaking it out. Here's Wong, gets it to center. Epright over skates. Haskins tries to settle this one down. Pepandria tried to get there. Puck comes back to center. Lambden gets this one in front. Oh, Russell doing a good job swiping this to the far side of the ice. Good play there by Russell. Upright has it. Gives us one up ahead. Bond tried to center that one. Here's Russell again getting to the puck. This time near side circle. Tries to center it. Good block there by Suffredini, but right there. Upright in the slot. Beats Babin on a point-blank shot. It's a 3-1 game.
Couldn't survive the flurry. And that's a big one for Mississippi. Puck just right out in front. It was a scrambly play. Just want to get it to safety, and Mississippi gets the first one back, and man, that's exactly what the Seawolves needed to do.
Yeah, well, again, Turner's going to get an assist out of it. Upright gets number 7 on the year. So, again, a 3-1 game. But, yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do to cover the slot. There's a quick shot from the outside, easily saved by DeLazio. Again, though, kind of dead to rights. So Kyle Russell getting an assist on that goal. That's number 10 on the year for him. 16 points on the season. Now playing in 27 games this year. Koash gets it to Conway. Conway feeling the pressure, leaves it at the end line. Going to be a giveaway here. Coming with it, Cerrone getting through center. Cerrone and Pace. There's a shot, good deflection. Wynn battling for it now along the wall after blocking the shot. Trying to get to the puck. There was Caranci. Puck gets centered. Conway gets to it. Moves it up. Here's Inger. Inger tried to give it to Wynn just over his stick. Cerrone now tries to move it ahead. Conway blocking it with his body. He can't enter to the zone, though. Rotundi settling down the puck. Pace pressuring. Yokademov also pressuring. Good stretch past lane. Declan Conway to flex it. Here's Koash picking it up. Tries to center it. Lind couldn't get there. Tried to go through the 5-hole was Koash for his third, but it was stopped and frozen right there by DeLazio.
That's really the best case scenario for Koash. Shoot it, freeze it. You had a line change coming behind you. They were a little slow getting off the bench. You get the offensive zone draw.
Well, here's Ryder going to be taking the draw. Wins that one. Oakes trying to pick up the puck in the circle. Gives it back to Ryder. Ryder gets it to the point. Miguel Diaz pushing it wide. Rebound goes wide. Oh, that puck came right through the 5-hole of DeLazio.
He had no idea where that puck was. Went through the 5-hole just the wrong way. Lucky for him, it was a white jersey in front of the crease, not a Rockers one.
Oh yeah, it got saved because again he didn't know where the puck was. Oh, good play there by Vanderweel breaking it up. Now Turner with the puck. There's a shot. Good save. Babin has no idea where it is. Oakes picks it up at the end line.
That was way too much time to stick handle in the slot and fire a shot. Defenseman needs to get over and put some pressure.
Oh, Vanderweel tries to get that puck. It was Oakes who gave it to him. Again, Mississippi trying to get the puck out here. Good forechecking pressure. Again, the early part of the second period belonging to Mississippi, just like the first period, though they have a goal to show for it so far. Ryder trying to push this one ahead. Here's Thompson with it. Tries to center it. Milam has the puck. He fires a blast and another scraping ice glove save by DeLazio.
Motor City could have gotten pegged for too many men on the ice.
Yeah, they
that was
could.
A lackadaisical lines change. The officials really wanted to be sticklers. They could have sent Motor City to the box once again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, Milam playing the puck during that line change would have been the second time. It would have been too many men. Here's Colton with the puck, flips it to the end line. Lind moves it ahead. Here's Haskins. Gets it to Wong. Wong got the hockey assist on the goal. Puck's going to come back to center. Here's Bond with it. Bond to the near side. Feeling the pressure, centers it anyways. Upright wasn't there. Would have been his second. Puck gets cleared back to center. Connor Lind will pick it up. Lind surveying. Oh, he got a hit by Lambden, and Lambden has the puck. Centers it to Thompson. Got his stick tied up by Bond, and that's going to come the other way.
Big things come in little packages. Oh, my. That might be the hit of the year for Motor City. Cade Lambden absolutely laying his man out. Wow.
I was going to say the only time I maybe would say a hit of the year was against Alex Johnson a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know. That was as clean. That was clean as a whistle.
That was.
Stick went flying. That's the play that should kick off the highlight reel for Motor City this year. That one, boy.
Talk about getting Cronwalled. That was a Cronwall and a half. Here's Inger getting hit off the puck by Lind. He's going to still chase after it as Conway in the middle. There's a shot deflected and big save by DeLazio. He'll freeze it. Oh, Declan Conway inches away from making it a 4-1 game. He likes deflecting those pucks. Just couldn't deflect it right there. Better save there by number 30 from Frisco, Texas. But that'll take us right into the media timeout. Brady, there's been a couple of shot changes, obviously. What are the shots on goal? And what's going on with the Outertown scoreboard?
Shots on goal here at Motor City, 4-3 in the second period. Mississippi outshooting Motor City for a game total of 16-14 in favor of Motor City. Around the Fed, Danbury, they've scored the last three against Port here on 4-1. The hat tricks lead up in McMorran Arena. Out in Harrington, still 1-0 Delaware. Columbus, Carolina, deadlocked at 1 in Winston-Salem. Binghamton with the 2-1 lead over Elmira in Elmira.
Oh, there you go. Again, Carolina-Columbus series. I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch that game when we get back. It's going to be interesting to see what that game's actually like. Because, again, a 1-1 game, you know, is going to be back and forth. You know, goaltenders for both teams are pretty good. I'm curious, though, who's starting in net for Carolina.
Well, right now, Carolina out shooting Columbus 27-12. Seems like Carolina's had the River Dragons number as of late.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Now, granted, the game's in Carolina, so puck crosses the blue line, it's a shot on goal. But so maybe more like 20-12.
Could be.
You have to take that with a boulder-sized grain of salt.
Yeah, the goaltenders in that game, Brendan Colgan and Boris Babkic. Babkic, again, playing for Mario Cavalier, who's still dealing with his injury. And trying to get the puck out of the D zone here is Mississippi. They will find a way. Puck's going to go off Conway's skate. Rotundi has it. Rotundi surveying, still feeling that pressure of Cerrone. Rotundi trying to give it up to the near side. He had a hockey assist on the third goal, so Ryan Rotundi on the year now has 5 assists for 6 points. So that's going to be frozen. But yeah, Ryan Rotundi, the guy who's been with Motor City at the start of the year. They waived him, they brought him back, waived him again, and then brought him back again. He's out of Port Huron, so another one of those guys who's semi-local that you can keep on your floating roster.
And he's just a solid defenseman. He won't do anything that wows you, but he's usually where you ask him to be when you ask him to be there, and he just does what needs to be done. Won't put up a lot of points, but you very rarely go, oh man, Ryan was out of position on that play.
Oh yeah, 100%. Ryan Rotundi's one of those guys who understands the system, plays it very, very well. Then again, all the defenders really for Motor City understand the system and grasp it very, very well. Here's Vanderweel getting into the offensive zone, has Oakes crashing the net. Vanderweel stops at the end line. Now he centers it a little too late. Scofer tries to get this one out. He blows a tire. Ryder looking for options, drops this one off. Vanderweel takes it behind the net, gets hit, loses the puck. Ryder's going to come in for a battle. Puck comes out to center. Now settling it down is Oakes. Now he gets control of it. He'll just send it back to Vanderweel down low to Ryder. Ryder looking at it, looking at his options, gets a good clean look. Here, there's a drag and a fire. Oh, Brad Ryder, nice little stick handling move. Getting into the near side circle, delaying the shot just a little bit, but it was a good look nonetheless.
Again, Mississippi's defense, letting Brad Ryder just skate around in the right wing circle, just stick handling. No one comes to pressure him until it's too late, and he fires a shot from point blank. Again, Mississippi defensively has been suspect at best.
Really has. Again, Ryder's a guy we know he can score goals. He's going to go down in the history books here in Motor City. He got the first goal here in franchise history. Actually on that side of the ice, to be matter of fact. Of course, second goal scorer was a power play goal in that game, was Derek McAma. There's a quick shot. Babin makes a quick save. Miguel Diaz looking to get the breakout going to the far side, just past Lambden. Has to be played. Delazio was not ready for it. He's a guy who's been kind of unsure of how to play the crease, it seems like at times.
Yeah, but very indecisive. Maybe that's poor communication with his defense. I don't think he knows exactly where everyone's going to be in front of him.
Well, again, he's only played in a small handful of games. Again, 2 kids from Texas. Him and Shepard are the goaltenders this weekend. Here's Inger with a shot. Another interesting save. Again, he's a guy who's not afraid to put his glove down to scrape the ice to stop the puck. Delazio stopping that Connor Inger shot, making the save. That is now 3 or 4 saves where he's gone down low and protected that far side post with his glove. It's kind of unorthodox.
Yeah, you'd expect him just to kick the left leg out, try to push it into the corner, but he goes down, and that can be dangerous. I mean, you get that glove down half a second too late, it slides right underneath it. It's worked out for him so far.
Well, there's another shot from Inger, and again, another good save.
Steady with that glove.
He likes scraping those ones by, doesn't he? But
if I had to guess, he was a baseball player. Just it just seems like a shortstop or a second baseman bringing it down to grab a ground ball. It's that kind of that same motion. Again, like you said, very unorthodox.
It is, but he makes it work. That's why it's fun to watch goaltenders all across the league. He's get to see how they play things differently. Of course, Motor City is one of the best goaltenders in the league, and Trevor Babin. Hopefully he gets another opportunity to stay here, but teams in the SP are going to want him back. He was on loan at one point. The Seawolves try to get this one back to center. Going to be kept in. Here's Koash. Koash to the far side. There's Suffredini with a shot. Puck comes back. Oh, hit the post. That was Conway. Ringing the doorbell. Oh, Declan Conway's had two really good looks. Just couldn't bury him. Here's Suffredini intercepting. Carrying it in. Drops this one off. Koash to Inger. There's a shot. High glove save that time by the 5'11 goaltender.
The awareness for Mississippi just not there. The third goal, the rebound goal, was very similar to the last shot from Conway. He just hit off the post. Was just sitting there. Comes up, has a great shot. They're just out of sorts defensively. I don't know if they're tired, they're checked out, what it is, but Motor City's done a good job taking advantage of it.
They really have. And just want to bury those looks. Again, here's Vanderweel looking for number 2. It's going to be another save and freezing of the puck almost halfway through this game. 10:39 left here in the second period. Still 3-1. Only one goal scored so far here in the second period. Again, that was Jeff Upright getting his 7th of the year. Turner can't get it to Lind. There's a centering opportunity. Oak's got his stick tied up. He'll pick up the puck on the bounce, though. Centers that one. Vanderweel wasn't ready for it.
Again, Mississippi, they had 5 guys on one side of the ice. The reason why it didn't end up working out for the Rockers, they just missed the pass.
Well, Turner's going to try to settle this one down. Getting pressured by Oaks. Turner will stop. Motor City will get a wholesale change out of this one. Thompson, Colton, Suffredini, Perks on the ice. Here's Wong. Lambden will join in late. Centering opportunity, Upright, deflecting it wide. Lambden chips at it, kept in nicely on the far side by Russell. Russell gets it back at the point, gives it to Haskins on the near side. There's a shot. That was deflected by Colton over the net. Suffredini plays it to the wall. This time Lambden's able to chip this one out. Lambden losing his footing, gets back, and now Perks will pick it up. Far side circle. Upright takes him off the puck. Caranci has the puck now. Gets it to center to Pace. Pace tried to pass this one, and it was broken up. Yeah, Pace did a little interference that was not called. There's a quick shot. Good save by DeLazio. Conway and Inger trying to get control of the puck here. Back to the point. Rotundi sends this one to the near side corner. Koash picking it up. There's a shot. And that's going to be covered up and saved by DeLazio. It's going to take us to the second media timeout of the period. We know a lot of shots have been hitting the net, hitting the goaltender's pads, but I believe it's been in Motor City's favor. What are the shots on goal, Brady?
Absolutely. Motor City out-shooting Mississippi 12-5 here in the second period for a 2.5 or 1.5 period total of 25-15 in favor of Mississippi. Around the league, not a lot has changed. Danbury still up 4-1 in McMorran over the Prowlers. Delaware, they have added a goal. They lead it 2-0 over Watertown in Harrington. Columbus and Carolina still deadlocked despite Carolina's 384 shots. And Binghamton has a 2-1 lead over Elmira.
And no matter what, win or lose, there's 3 stars are going to be.
3 stars are going to be from Carolina, whether it's got to be the water boy or the equipment manager. They'll get a 3-star. Don't care if Petrantonio gets a hat trick and 5 assists. Nope, won't be a star.
Nope, definitely will not happen. But interestingly enough, a lot of things going on around the league. In flux right now is Delaware. It's glad, that they have a 2-0 lead. We kind of brought it up last time on the broadcast. Their arena situation's in flux, but Baton Rouge, their arena situation is locked up for 3 years. They're officially going to get things going in Baton Rouge.
Well, we know we're going to add the 2 new teams, the Virginia and Baton Rouge teams, to the Fed next year. The only question is, are those the only 2, or are all the teams coming back? Delaware is the only one, at least that I know of, that could be in flux.
Right.
Right now, though, it seems like they're starting to solidify a really solid core of teams here in the Fed.
They really are. A lot of teams. It would be nice to see some teams kind of flip the Continental and Empire. You have a lot of teams down south, which is not a bad thing, but it makes travel a lot easier if you moved, say, Port Huron and Motor City to the Empire, and you had the new teams down in the Continental. Here's Inger coming out. DeLazio will play the puck back to center. Koash has it. Conway now has it. Backhands it to Inger. Rink wide pass. Koash will pick it up on the bank. Sends it down low. Haskins will break this one up, though. Haskins gets control of it, trying to glass it out. Joe Pace can't get there. Here's Conway with the puck. Conway fires it through a crowd. It's going to be a save. Seeing it the whole way was DeLazio. Yeah, it's just really it's going to be interesting to see how, if any restructuring of the divisions are going to happen. I'm excited.
Again, it all depends on, who stays, who goes. It's you want to figure it out so travel's the best. Ideally, you could get a North and a South division,
right.
But if you don't have it even, you're going to have those outliers like Motor City and Port Huron.
That is true. Here's Oaks sneaking around, wraparound attempt. That did not go in. Puck is still in the wild. Milam has it at the point, fires a hard blast. That one goes over the net. But man, oh man, playing with fire the Seawolves here. Here's Liriakos. Drops it off Yukademov. Gets into the slot. There's a shot. Good save there by Babin. Stop the 5-hole.
And that's why those two are so dangerous. For basic, since the goal, so the last 10 minutes of action have been all Motor City. And then Liriakos and Yudekimov, just a two-man power trip as they go through. Yudekimov has a beautiful move. Gives a great chance. Babin with the better save. But man, that's why I still think Yudekimov's the best player in the Fed.
Well, you've said, and it's a compliment, he's a KHL player playing in the Fed. And you can see it. I mean, he skates well. He sees the ice well. His hockey IQ is elite.
He has played in you might be able to consider the second toughest league of hockey, the second best league in the world. And for Mississippi to have him, I'd hold on to him as long as I can.
Well, there's a lot of players you'd like to hold on for as long as you can. He's definitely one of them, though. I will say Gus Ford has been obviously playing well. He was the one who got, my player of the year vote for voting. But, again, it's tough. It's tough to decide. You almost at one point have to flip a coin to break a tie. But
the only problem for Yudekimov is he's on a team that's not making the playoffs. He's
right.
the only team in the Continental. But, man, I'd be worried to see what he could do if he had 2-3 lines around him.
That is true. Haskins firing that one. Babin making the glove save, freezing the puck, 7:04. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good players around the league. Dustin Jasso, really good player. Yukademov's a great player. Just a couple of names. Of course, Declan Conway, Scott Koash, really good players as well. Face off on the near side. Koash winning this one. Sufferdini behind the net, gives it to the far side. Inger saucers it. Here's Koash walking it in. There's an opportunity. Drags, fires it wide. Inger picking up the rebound, gives it to the point. Sufferdini keeping it in, sends it back down low. Haskins will pick this one up, though. 6:44 left in the second period. Again, that was interesting. Koash caught the puck and just flipped it over his shoulder like it was salt.
It was a nice clear. And, well, I guess when it's the last game of the season, you've all but locked up your spot in the playoffs. You can try something like that. I wouldn't expect anything like that from Koash on Wednesday.
No, I would not either. It's like he dropped this all, just threw it over his shoulder for good luck. Here's Sufferdini trying to create some luck of his own. Getting it to the far side. Now tries to center it. Oh, that one almost was an own goal. Bounced off the skate of Philip Wong, but did not go into the net. Inger looking for a center. Here's Oaks, and it's going to be another save. Lazio doing a good job keeping that puck out. Couldn't do it in the first period, but, man, second period, he's been playing well, even though, again, he's losing sight of the puck in the crease, but he's finding ways to cover up for his mistakes, still playing well.
If he wasn't so trapper heavy with whatever he does, the rebounds of when Motor City's had an opportunity, and that's part of the reason why he relies on it so much, is so he can hold on to it and reset and not have a scramble out in front, because, man, it feels like the biscuit's been sitting at the skates of Mississippi players a lot, and they're just not quite sure where it is or how they want to play it.
That is true. Again, the magic number is 2 for Motor City. 2 points. Any way you can get them. And they lock up third place here in the Continental. Oaks gives it behind the net. There's a centering opportunity. Rotundi firing that one, and Cerrone breaks it up. Here's Rotundi again with the puck. Has Thompson, and Thompson didn't get a finger on the trigger there. Here's Cerrone trying to get a breakaway. Pace, though, has to get the puck. Good poke check there by Motor City.
That last defensive stop for Mississippi, the best defense they played all night. Cerrone laid out. I like what they did. It's the first time I actually felt like they had a little bit of urgency in their own zone.
Definitely. Here's Turner working this in twice. Now centers it, and that puck was tied up right there in the slot. Cerrone had a good look there. He's going to come off. Coming with it now is the Seawolves. Yekademov will carry this one in. Liriakos joining late. There's an opportunity. Babin makes a good save. Puck still loose. Liriakos gets it to the middle. Yekademov bouncing off his skates. Motor City trying to clear.
Just get it out of the zone. Ice, whatever you can.
Liriakos tries to center. Yekademov crashing over Babin. And that's going to be a goal. They should not count.
Oh, there's no way.
There's no way it should count.
Keep your head, Trevor. I know that's 100% goaltender interference. 8 days a week, twice on Sunday. But man, don't do anything that'll get you suspended. But Ben, that seems as textbook clinic tape goaltender interference that you'll ever see.
Yeah. I mean, a guy clearly laying over
Unless
his back.
they're saying that Babin initiated the contact, that's the only thing I can think of as we try to get another look at it. No, he went down to play it. That is, in every sense of the word, goaltender interference. That's why the rule's in there.
Well,
there is, in no right universe should this goal stand.
No, and Yekademov did. I mean, I will say this, playing devil's advocate, he did roll off Trevor Babin before the shot was fired.
But it still interfered his ability to get up, move over, just because there have been much weaker interferences called. I don't see a way this goal should stand.
It can't. I'm just playing devil's advocate. It can't, but if it does stand, it's going to go off the stick of Kyle Russell. And they're going to point, they're going to count it. Wow, you got to be kidding me.
Wow.
You've got to be kidding me.
How? Jamie Milan's going to tell Gordy Brown the explanation he got.
Oh, the crowd here.
That is, wow.
I mean.
Wow.
Well. Again,
how on God's green earth is that a good goal?
Well, it's going to count. Here's Yekademov. Miguel Diaz.
Wow.
I'm right there with you, Brady. Here's Koash trying to maybe get one back. Has Conway. Fires that one. It's going to bounce off the skate of Lind. Haskins trying to tie up the puck at the end line. Koash looking for an opportunity to pick this one up. Koash has it. Tries to center it. Liriakos has it. Pitchforks to Yekademov. Tips it. Here's Helland. Helland on the near side. Tries to center it. That's going to be broken up. Conway will pick it up. Good pass by Nick Miguel Diaz, and Big Boy Arena's not happy. Here's Koash. There's a shot, firing it wide. This is the loudest I think we've heard this building, in all honesty.
It's been a very vocal crowd tonight.
Oh, there was a good little nifty save there by Babin. Got his trapper on it to make sure the puck went behind the net after he poke checked it. Liriakos, though, gives us one up. There's a shot. Another good save by Babin. Connor Lynn firing that one. 3:20 left here in the second period. 2 unanswered goals. Here's Cody Oakes. Gets control of the puck. Good break up there. Connor Lynn. And now.
It's been very interesting, Ben. We've had 3 penalties. Too many men in a fighting major.
Yep.
It's been a noticeable lack of whistles tonight here.
Oh, there's a shot to save, and a rebound goes wide. Oh, Colton just firing that one a little too high. Would have been number 8 on the year. That's a wide open net. His eyes got too big. Here's Colton again going behind the net looking for an opportunity. Tries to center it. Has Suffredini. It's a goal! Dante Suffredini making it 4-3. Number 22 getting number 8 on the year. Good play by Colton from behind the net. Saw his defensive partner come right through. Seeing eye pass, seeing eye single, and was able to bury that one.
And Motor City desperately needed that. That one kind of kills all momentum for Mississippi. Suffredini, you don't see him get in the goal column too often. That's a beauty. Splits the two defenders again. Too wide defensively if you're Mississippi. Suffredini takes advantage of it. That's how you respond after a little bit of adversity, a goal against you that shouldn't have counted. You go back, you score, you make it not matter.
Well, again, the defensive pairing saw that one. Josh Colton, though, you have to respect the hustle. Missed a wide open goal, got the puck, got it down low, saw his defensive pairing partner, crashed the middle. It was a beautiful goal to the far side post, where, ironically, as the puck goes out of play, the trapper's not there to stop it, little, to stop one, because we know DeLazio doesn't like to kick out his feet. So either way, Motor City has a 4-2 lead. And it was a big one by Dante Suffredini, though. Brady, the shots on goal, though, have to start evening up a little bit here in the second.
A little bit. Mississippi's closed the gap. It's 17-11 in the second in favor of Motor City. A 30-21 advantage for the game for the Rockers. You take a look around the Fed. Danbury with the 4-1 lead over Port Huron. That game in the second intermission. Delaware up by 2, but it's 3-1 now over Watertown. Columbus leading Carolina 2-1 despite being outshot 40-20. And then Binghamton up 3-1 over Elmira.
Well, again, friendly reminder, Columbus and Carolina separated by 1 point. Each team has 39 wins on the year. Columbus just has one overtime loss. That's really the difference between their records. But again, it's why every game matters here in the Fed. You play 56 before you get into the second season.
Well, if you're a Rockers fan, you're hoping Columbus pulls away with the win. So, because if Carolina wins in regulation, that clinches the division. That means tomorrow night's game won't mean anything. They can maybe rest some guys. You want that game to mean everything. You want that to be a 2-point differential or less, so both sides have a chance to take the 1 seed.
That's a fair point, Brady. That's a good point. Brady, what was your GPA in college? 4.0?
No.
I was going to say.
I think I was in a solid B+ student.
There you go. I was going to say, because you were spitting doctoral candidate words tonight, my friend. Great points all the way around. After the face-off, here's Epwright, who has the first goal of the second period, but here's Turner. Oh, my goodness. That puck bounced weird, and Babin sees the line drive from Epwright. That was a weird bounce off the end boards.
Yeah, I don't think they could make that happen again, but, man, I like that he was able to grab the puck and freeze it and reset, because that was a funky bounce, and those bounces usually can lead to chaos.
Oh, my goodness, can they ever. Just like, again, Joe Louis, those end boards were bouncy and springy like a mattress. Boards here at Big Boy Arena, kind of similar, to be honest. Here's Inger to Coash. He'll dump it in. Palazzo.
Loves that trapper.
What is he doing? I mean, I understand stopping the puck, but he could have easily kicked it out to the near side. But, again, it's not necessarily a bad play to freeze the puck and allow everyone to reset. But
it just seems a little antsy, or the game's moving a little quick for him right now. He just needs to take a deep breath.
Well, again, all across the goalie stats, you have Bailey McBurney, who's played in 20 games. Joseph Shepard, who's played a lion's share of the game. Same thing with Blake Weidrich. That's 37 and 36. Anthony's only played. This is now his 12th game of the year. So, you see why he's a little antsy with the crease, maybe not making the best decisions, but it's a good way to get experience either way for the goaltender in a game that doesn't really matter for Mississippi.
And if you're Mississippi, you want to know what you have for next year. You want to get some guys that maybe are on the fringe of bringing back or not. You want to give them a look against the playoff team.
100%. Here's Russell, drops this one off. Helland fires it, and that's going to go in. Did that get deflected or no? No, they're not going to say it didn't. Lucas Helen gets number 5 on the year. He has 10 points. And that is 3 goals here in the second period.
Babin never saw it. He's had no clue where that was. And that's a bad turnover trying to work the breakout. That led to the opportunity. Had a chance to get it out of the zone again. Yeah, I don't think that was touch. I just don't think Trevor Babin ever saw it.
Here's Yukademov. Rides all the way to the end line. Here's Russell. Back to Lariakos. Back to Russell, firing that one high. Miguel Diaz. There's a quick shot from Haskins from the outside. Whatever Joe Pace says in that locker room between the first and second period, I'd like to be a fly on that wall.
I mean, the first one was a scrambly goal. The puck popped out in front. The second one shouldn't have counted, and the third one was a shot from the far point that Babin never saw it, just picked the top left corner. Hasn't been anything systematically that they've done. It's Mississippi's had some opportunities. They've thrown the puck on net. Good things have happened. And their 2 stars have started a lot of that in Leo Rakos and Yudemikov.
They have, but again, they've really taken the second period to Motor City. Last weekend and tonight. Again, getting 3 goals. Here's a turnover. Yukademov tried to get to it. Going to be kept in at the near side. Now puck comes back to center, and we'll have a stoppage. Helland is going to be the guilty party. That might be interference.
Oh, hey, a penalty.
I know. It's been a while. Let's see what's officially called here. Helland is definitely the guilty party, and it is.
Interference.
There it is. Well, as you said, we've had too many men and a fighting, and finally a penalty going the other way. It's interference for Helen, and of course that brings us a power play, which are brought to you by Digital Macomb Indoor Billboards. Reach over 100,000 people in 1 month all around Macomb County. Visit digitalmacomb.com to learn more. That's digitalmacomb.com to learn more. Motor City maybe trying to get a power play goal here. Colton, who had a great assist, fired that one, and Conway tried to deflect it. And that's going to be another deflection, and that's going to go over the net, and that'll do it for the second period here. And just seeing what the officials really quickly clearing the way and clearing the ice. Both these teams, again, last weekend got into it, but it seems like nothing's going to come out of it. So let's bring you those intermission stats. Brought to you by Triumph Geared Solution. Machinist jobs, again, are available right here in Metro Detroit. Visit careers.triumphgroup.com to learn more. That's careers.triumphgroup.com to learn more. Brady, goal recap here in the second period. Shots on goal, and then see the out-of-town scoreboard.
Motor City will end the period out shooting Mississippi 17-14, 2-period total of 30-24 in favor of Motor City. Had 4 goals scored in the period, 3 of them by the Seawolves. Started 2:20 into the game. Jeff Upright got a goal of the assist from Kyle Russell and Philip Wong. Then 13 minutes later, Kyle Russell would get on the goal sheet himself with an assist from Yanni Liarakos. Again, I think we've made our opinion very clear. We thought it should have been goaltender interference. It stands. Kyle Russell gets his first goal of the night. But not even 2 minutes later, Dante Suffredini answers with an assist from Josh Colton and Brad Ryder to make it 4-2. But just before the final minute of the period, Lucas Helland gets the goal. Yaroslav Yudekimov with the assist along with Kyle Russell. And for Yudekimov, he's now sitting at 99 points for the year.
Yep, just one shy of 100. Again, he's been playing well, playing like he's earned it. Really interesting tonight. Brad Ryder has 2 assists. Got one on the opening goal and got one there in the second. Playing very, very well for Motor City as he has basically down the stretch as well. But again, as you said, a lot of the goals, maybe not the best goals, but again, they all kind of count the same. Again, second period, got to give credit to Mississippi. They don't go away.
No.
Two, they find a way to come back into it.
They played chaotic enough, and they got some some bounces. Again, I think Motor City's done a few things pretty well defensively. That last goal, again, had 2 opportunities to get it out of the zone, couldn't do it. Just don't let this one slip away. Hey, get in that playoff mentality. Treat this like it's game 1 when you bring in either Columbus or Carolina. You need this one to go up 1-0 in the series. Have that killer instinct, put them away. I like the response after the non-call on the second goal. Let's see how they respond in the third period.
Yeah, that was big. Trevor Babin obviously not happy, but
he kept his cool. I'll give him a lot of credit. Trevor Babin 3-4 months ago probably would have at least gotten a penalty. You see the maturity and the growth from him. Also knowing what I said was you don't want to do anything to risk not being able to play Wednesday.
That is true. It's going to be big. You want him in those games. But again, it's going to be an interesting third period. You're not going to want to go anywhere. Motor City trying to secure their first win of the season against Mississippi. Right now they're holding on barely to a 4-3 lead after 2. You are watching Motor City Rockers hockey on their YouTube page. We'll be back with the start of the third period in about 15 minutes or so. Stretch your legs, walk the dog really quick, maybe refresh your beverage from the fridge. We'll have more hockey coming up for you in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Big Boy Arena here in Fraser, Michigan. It's a 4-3 game between the Rockers and the Mississippi Seawolves, and it's been an interesting game thus far, but if you play hockey, maybe you are doing stuff around the house with the spring cleaning and you're just not feeling right. Well, that's where HealthQuest Physical Therapy in Southeast Michigan can help you out. They are the premier providers of physical therapy in Southeast Michigan. You can get back to living life to the fullest. You can just by visiting one of HealthQuest's more than 35 convenient locations near you. See how HealthQuest can help you at hqpt.com. That's hqpt.com. Of course, this game is 4-3. Thanks to Lucas Helen, who fired the puck just underneath the crossbar. You'll see our crossbars are sponsored as well. Sponsored by Iconic Goaltending. They have clinics here in Metro Detroit for young goaltenders looking to improve their game. Information on private lessons, team skates, and performance analysis can be found at iconicgoaltending.com. That's iconicgoaltending.com. But Brady, it's going to be an interesting third period. Motor City was able to stop the bleeding just a little bit. But what would you like to see them do outside of obviously getting another key goal to get the lead back up to 2 to really get the third period going in the right direction?
Again, identify when 16 and 89 are on the ice for Mississippi. Very easy for me to say here in my chair up in the press box, but those are the guys that make the Mississippi offense tick. They're the guys that really get their offense going. If it's not for them, they really don't have anything that really does get their offense going. So when they're out there, you have to be hyper aware of where they are all times. They will take a play in their own zone and race down with maybe a man disadvantage and make you pay.
Well, the Rockers do have a power play remaining. They have 1:40 left of a Digital Macomb indoor billboard power play. Again, reach over 100,000 people in 1 month all around Macomb County. You can learn more by visiting digitalmacomb.com. That's digitalmacomb.com. Again, the man in the box is number 11, Lucas Helland. He went in for interference. So Motor City can get some insurance with a power play goal here. One thing I do want to note, though, Scott Koash's shorthanded goal, most of them have come against Mississippi, but he now has 4 shorthanded goals on the year. Remember, there was a time where shorthanded goals were a myth with this team until Scott Koash was able to find a way to make it happen, but he now has 4 shorthanded goals on the season. The next player that has maybe half that is Derek McAma, who's unfortunately out with flu-like symptoms. So there you go. Little fun little trivia stat for you. But either way, Motor City looking to get a power play goal. Brady, if you had to guess, just randomly, if you had to guess, who had the most power play goals right now for the Rockers, do you think?
Well, I mean, you'd probably have to go with the top line, probably either Koash or Conway. So I'd probably lean Declan Conway. He seems to have a knack for the crease.
Oh, you're right. He has 11.
There you go.
And then Scott Koash has 7. So, yeah, Declan Conway likes to deflect those pucks in front. Almost got one to go in earlier. See what can happen here in the second period. But yeah, the top 2 point getters of this team, remember, they were not a part of the original roster. They were additions at the end of October. And they've been key contributors ever since, making an instant impact. Those two have. Scott Koash and Declan Conway have been a force. Then Connor Inger, who replaced Dylan Johnson. We haven't heard from Dylan Johnson in a while. He's in a playoff battle of his own. But Connor Inger has stepped into that top line rather nicely as well.
Yes, he has, and that's something that I think the front office here for Motor City's done really well is when one guy leaves, they don't hang their head. They find someone that can fill a similar role. Obviously, you're not going to replace an Ian White, but Jamie Milam has filled into that same niche. Again, you're not going to replace a former NHLer, but he fills that same role as the veteran in the room and has come into his own down the stretch.
That is true. And to Jamie Milam's credit, he has seen hockey on basically every continent except Antarctica that we know of. He may have played a game down there with a couple of Penguins that we all know of.
He's been very well traveled.
Yes, he has. It's kind of funny. He says maybe, I've talked to him a little bit, he says maybe he has another year or two left in him, and then when he's about 40, maybe 41, he wants to just retire and build fences.
That is a very humble life.
Yes, it is. But he's a guy that would be a good foreman on a team. He's a guy that definitely has leadership in this locker room. As Bond wins the face-off draw. Minute 20 left of the man advantage here for Motor City. We're 20 seconds into the third period. Here's Sufferdini. Got the lone goal in the second period for Motor City. Inger losing that one. Here's Turner with the puck. Getting pressured by Conway. It's going to be a giveaway. Here's Inger. Conway. There's a shot. It got deflected. Just goes wide. Conway picks it up. Has Koash on the near side. Koash gives it to Sufferdini. Sufferdini looking to get it to the middle. There's Colton waiting for an opportunity. Sufferdini still surveying the ice. Now he feathers it in front. Poke checked away. 45 seconds left in the man advantage here. It's going to be a good clear. Babin will stop the puck behind the net. Josh Colton picking it up. 35 seconds left. He'll leave it for Miguel Diaz. Miguel Diaz getting pressured by Wong. 26 seconds left. One final push here. Here's Milam dropping it off to Miguel Diaz. Not a clean breakout, but a good breakout nonetheless. Vanderweel has the puck. Gets hit from behind by Wong. Now Miguel Diaz plays it. 12 seconds left. Gets it finally to Milam. Cranks a shot. Got blocked by Upright. 5 seconds left. Babin lets us know. Coming out of the box is Helland. There's a shot. Oh, good screen in front by Vanderweel. But that time, DeLazio made a good save. Coming out of the box, Lucas Helland. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. So we're almost a full 2 minutes into the third period here. Motor City getting a line change. Keeping the defensive pairing the same, but rolling that top line back out there. It's Conway, Koash, and Inger. Milam and Miguel Diaz, though, the defensive pairing still. Here's Haskins after the face-off win. Glassing this one out to center. Milam just chips at it. Miguel Diaz can't settle the puck down. Now he does. Miguel Diaz, one of those guys, has 10 points on the year, played 25 games. Here's Conway firing a shot. Good save on the backhand. Miguel Diaz back to Conway. Conway feeling that pressure. Gets away from Haskins. Can't get a shot on. Miguel Diaz, though, gives it to the far side. Milam just cycles it down low. Conway stops at it with his heels. There's a battle with him and Russell. Russell's had a great game. He's had 3 points so far. There's another shot. Again, a scooping save by DeLazio.
He loves going down with that left hand.
He really does.
And freezing the puck. Again, if it works, don't change it, but that's got to be a tough one. I mean, a puck takes a weird hop, bounces up your arm. You don't get the glove down in time. It's worked so far tonight, but, man, I feel like that could lead to some goals that maybe aren't necessary.
There's another opportunity by Ryder in front. Another good save by DeLazio. I know you said, I mean, a guy who plays a ground ball like that, you would think maybe second base, as you said, maybe shortstop, maybe the hot corner at third. Could be a catcher, though, the way he goes down and blocks the puck.
He just really likes picking the puck off the ice. Again,
he really
very
does.
Weird. I have to imagine if he played a full slate of games, 30, 40 starts in the Fed, could get games where, yeah, it rides up the arm, he doesn't get the glove down in time, and maybe a few goals sneak by that. If you just stick that leg out and kick it to the corner, don't.
Yeah, it really is adverse to kicking out those legs. Thought maybe heard a whistle. Play will continue, though. Centering opportunity. Oaks can't get a stick on it. Wynn will keep it in. Vanderweel trying to settle it down along the near side boards. Puck still along the blue line. Linesman was all over it. It wasn't going to be offsides, but the Seawolves get it back to center. Here's Papandreou. Nick, there's a shot. Good deflection off the stick of Connor Lind. If not, that was going to go over the left shoulder for a goal.
And Delagio was way out. There was so much room of that net. He was a bit out of position. If Papandreou gets a cleaner look, it's not just a corner he has to pick. He has like a whole quarter of the net he could have shot that into.
Definitely. And again, I mean, Nick's a guy who can score goals, just hasn't gotten one yet. He has 3 assists on the year so far, 26 games. As the Seawolves try to get this one out. Bond was an addition. Bond, of course, was acquired from Watertown. Tim Perks trying to get control of the puck here. Bond will chase after it. Here's Rotundi on the, no, that's Landon, excuse me. Gives it to Perks, Papandreou. Swiping at it. Wynn will settle it down. Here's Rotundi again. This time feathers it to Landon, who will walk it into the offensive zone. There's a shot. Again, keeping that arm down. I really wonder if you're able to get a dangle, maybe fake like you're shooting to get him down into that weird butterfly, if at that point you can then, again, move the puck around to that near side. Usually the glove side's quicker for every goaltender, so you might not be able to beat him, but
I mean, if you get it into the middle of the zone where Mississippi's kind of been lackadaisical in the middle, get it in there, maybe an opportunity to work. Yeah, it feels like there's something to be had.
Yeah,
with the way Delagio's been playing.
Definitely. Again, the unorthodox style is good, just like you're fighting a southpaw in boxing. You don't expect it, and if you're not ready for it, it can be a difference maker. Here's an opportunity. Rotundi firing it wide. Conway picking up the rebound. Turner and him battling for the puck. Now it goes to the far side. Conway trying to get to Koash. Koash has it. Koash getting pressed. Carasini offering a good battle to the near side. Puck comes out to center. There's Wynn, almost feathering it over the net. Good look there. Here's Sam Turner. Gets hit. Puck will stay in. Here's Inger. Inger holding onto the puck. Still battling. Going around the net. Centers it in front. That's a goal! Koash, number 3. That's a hat trick for 88. Scott Koash getting a big goal there. It's now 5-3. It's a hat trick for 88. Big goal there, and the Hats are starting to come onto the ice.
And that started Mississippi. Bailed way too quickly. They got greedy going the other way. Connor Inger did a good job on the forecheck, kept it in. And by the time everyone got back, it was too late. Scott Koash in position. He has goal number 38 on the year, leading scorer for Motor City. That is also number 70 in the point column for Scott Koash. Had a heck of a year, and he's come on strong late. Off chance to get to 40 goals now, depending on what happens the rest of this weekend.
Scott Koash playing well, got to collect the hats. It's always a good way to delay the game, as well as our youth hockey team is able to pick up the hats and get this one going. Last time Scott Koash had a hat trick, going back a little bit here, I don't think he has. I could be speaking a little too soon. Last time he had a hat trick was against Watertown on December 8th. So there you go. It was a 4-point night for Scott Koash. He does not have an assist, so he's sitting at 3 points right now. That puck was centered. This is the second hat trick of the season for number 88. There's a shot by Helen, a good glove save there by Babin, and he'll freeze it with 4:59 into the third. And every time, though, Motor City's needed an answer, they've been able to get one. Dante Suffredini providing one. Scott Koash providing a big one.
Absolutely. And again, that's the killer instinct I've been harping on for a month and a half, 2 months. You're down. Mississippi's got all the momentum. They're playing loose. What do? You come back, and on a good forecheck, Connor Inger, hey, he's the reason why that goal happened. Yeah, Scott Koash gets credit for it, but Inger is the reason why that happens, and it was his effort and his forecheck that got that play started.
Definitely. Declan Conway is going to get the hockey assist, but you're right. Connor Inger was the man who made it all happen, getting assist number 19 on the year. He now has 28 points in 28 games. So Connor Inger getting a point a game, that's nothing to sniff at. That'll take us into our first media time out of the third period. Brady, what are the shots? And update us around the league, please.
Shots on goal in the third period, 6-1 in favor of Motor City, for a game total 37-25 in favor of the Rockers. Around the league, Danbury extends their lead over Port Huron 5-1. The Empire Division champions going into McWarren and taking care of business against the Prowlers. Delaware now with a 3-goal lead over Watertown, a 4-1 advantage for the Thunder. Columbus still up 2-1 in Carolina. That despite being outshot 45-25. And Binghamton with a 6-1 advantage over Elmira. The floodgates have opened and the Black Bears been running through.
I will say this, the Empire Division has been paced by both Danbury and Binghamton. Not surprising that in the final weekend of the season, both those teams just stomping on their opposition, sealing what they need to do to get ready for the playoffs. Very impressive by both Danbury and Binghamton.
Yeah, I think if there's going to be an upset in the playoffs, it's going to come in the Continental Division. I just seen both Watertown and Elmira. They don't have what it takes to pull off the upset, even in a short series. It's very top-heavy out east.
It definitely is. One thing that was interesting, at least heading into last weekend, obviously we know that Motor City waived Taylor Cutting, but Cutting was actually picked up by Mississippi. Cutting said, I'm not going to come to Mississippi. I'd like to play in the playoffs. So now he's playing in Watertown. It was interesting to see that he was able to sign with the Wolves. He'll play in the playoffs. Nice little connective tissue around the league.
I'm going to bite my tongue. I don't want to say anything mean.
Okay, that's fair.
I wish him well in Watertown. I just hope his playoff stays a little longer than what I expect.
Oh, there is that. There is that as well. Puck goes rink wide. Lind can't get to it. Here's Koash. Can he get number 4? No, just a little high. Inger tries to center it back. What a no-look pass by Connor Inger. Again, having a point a game, 28 points in 28 games. Connor Inger. That should have been offsides by Lariakos, who was offsides by at least a foot, but play will continue. Here's Inger again. Going right through the middle, gets taken out by Scoper.
Conway thought it was a penalty. Men in stripes did not agree.
Oh, again, the men in stripes like to swallow their whistles tonight. Here's an opportunity in front. Babin's going to go down. And this will be a penalty hooking on Motor City.
Oh.
Okay. Well, Brad Ryder, the guilty party.
Huh. I'm going to be curious to get another look at this. But yeah, Ryder gets the hook.
Yeah.
But one more look.
Well, while you do, got to remind you, any penalty kill is brought to you by the Kuchra Law Firm for all your legal needs in the Metro Detroit area.
I mean, go ahead.
No, you're good. Including getting out of the penalty box. Visit KuchraLaw.com. That's Kuchra with a K, law.com.
I mean, maybe you could get a trip or something, but I don't know, a hook. I think the angle he had made it look worse than it actually was.
And also it doesn't help that Babin was trying to poke check the puck and trip over his stick.
So, again, I think from the official that called it, he was blocked off a bit. I can understand why he thought there was a hook, but we had the angle out in front, and you saw the stick didn't grab him. But again, I understand from where he saw it why the right arm went up.
Well, again, Kucherov penalty kill for Motor City. They do have one power play pelt already. They were able to kill a penalty in the first period. Again, that was too many men. That was served by Nick Papandrea. Yukademov, rink wide pass. Now it's going to come back to him. Lariakos near side circle, going to the behind. Yanni gives it back up to Turner. Bounces over his stick, goes back to center. Sam Turner looking to settle this one down with a minute left in the man advantage. Miguel Diaz tries to backhand this one out. Koash will do the same, pitchforking this one. Coming out to play the puck was DeLazio. Probably butchering that name as well. But again, we do what we can with what we have. Here's Lambden coming to play the puck, 37 seconds left. Lariakos walking it in along the boards, tries to center it. Upright, who has a goal today, could not get his stick on it. Puck to the far side, good battle. Lambden's going to come out with it. It's a one-on-one. Lambden and Russell. Lambden looking to maybe kill some time. No, he's going to go after it. Maybe drawing a call? No. Not going to get a call as well. And Lambden, I don't know why. I think that was Helen. Was just holding him away from the goal. It looked like it was incidental, but again, Lucas Helen doing a good job protecting his goaltender. 15 seconds left. Cade Lambden kind of did a hesitation step to the lane, using a basketball reference.
Yeah, I think I think he lost it off his stick. I don't think that was the intended move. I think he might want to try to go or back around the net, not sure. But either way, looks like another good penalty kill, solid penalty kill from the Rockers.
Yeah, the last time they had to kill a penalty, they got a shorthanded goal out of it as well. It was the first of the night for Scott Koash. Well, here's one final push. Coming out of the box, though, is Ryder. Everyone's back to full strength. Second power play pelt of the game for Motor City. There's a centering opportunity. Bond got in front, and Babin got away with a punch there. Puck's going to be dumped in by Conway. Looking for an outlet, but Inger doing a good job protecting it. Bond waiting for that pass. Yukademov settling it down, moves it ahead to Russell. Back to Yukademov, back to Russell. Tries to center it late, could not do anything with it. Now Motor City tilting the ice the other way, almost halfway through the third period. 10:50 left on the clock. There's a shot. Puck goes wide. Inger can't pick up his own rebound. Near side pass, chasing after it. Trying to get there was Caranci, but it's going to be icing either way.
A lot of times tonight, Motor City's been able just to skate the puck in. They haven't had to make that pass. Guys have been going into the slot, either it's the left or right wing circle, and haven't had a lot of pressure. Saw another example of that just a few moments ago. It's a big reason why they have 5 goals.
Well, here's the Seawolves again. Caranci tries to give it to Yukademov, overskates the puck on the near side. Motor City losing it. Yukademov moves it ahead. Lariakos tries to center it. Good break up there by Rotunda. He goes down. No hand goes up. Vanderweel. Vanderweel coming to the near side. Vanderweel looking to maybe get an assist. Good layout there by Turner. Here's Miguel Diaz now. Gives it to Koash. Centers it. Vanderweel with a shot. Good glove save by DeLazio. That could have been number 2 for Danny today.
Again, way too easy getting into the middle of the zone. But hey, if you're Motor City, you keep taking advantage of it. You go to that well till it runs dry.
Here's Perks, far side circle, will go up against Yanni Lariakos. And Lariakos, 6 years in the FPHL, was acquired via Elmira, playing in his 230th game tonight. Has 300, entering tonight, he had 321 points. Obviously that's going to change. Here's Thompson coming with it. Thompson leaving the puck for Perks. Now it's at the end line. Liriako's trying to get this one. Here's Lambden. Puck gets flipped ahead. Haskins trying to play it at the end line. Thompson trying to get to it. Settle this one down. Still a battle for it. Coming out with it is the Seawolves. Pushing and racing with it is Yokademov. Haskins settling it down. Now he'll walk it into the zone. Liriakos drops this one off. Yokademov tries to center it back. It's going to go to the near side corner.
Have to be aware of where 16 is at all times. It feels like even from spots where you think he's not dangerous, he just gets the puck in a precarious spot.
Oh, there was a deflection by Inger. Just going to go wide. Talk about picking your spots. Here's Lind trying to push it ahead. Cerrone gets it to center. Koash has control of the puck. 8:35 left. Here in the third period, a 2-goal lead for Motor City. Conway, Koash bouncing over his stick, settled back down. Cerrone gets it back to center. No one's there to get it. Here's Koash. Chasing it in, centers it, and that's going to be broken up. Caranci dumps it down low. Babin leaves it there. Here's Suffredini to the near side. Koash tipped it. Inger losing it. Here's Bond. Jackson going, centers it in front. Pace couldn't get a stick on it. Suffredini broke that one up. Here's Oakes using his speed. We haven't seen that in a while from Cody. Puck comes back to center. Pace moves it ahead. Now the puck's on Bond's stick, waiting for the cavalry to arrive as he dumps it down low. Here's Russell, tried to center it again. That's going to be broken up. Motor City can't get this one out. Turner, gets that one, and Bond just kicks it down low. Here's Oakes.
Must have caught Ryder in a good spot because that looked like it hurt, and he's moving pretty well.
Well, here's Rotundi moving well, and that's going to be a good save by DeLazio. Papandrea and Wynn getting control of the puck. Coming with it now is Russell. 7 minutes left here in the third period. Bond getting pressured by Perks. Has help to the near side. Motor City again creating a rush. Papandrea with a little bit of a breakaway. Papandrea! No, he's going to wait for the cavalry and just hold on to the puck. Maybe a smart move as he was losing it. Lambden tries to center it. Oh, Perks is trying to get this one. Perks holding on to it now. Crowd getting a little riled up. They want to see a goal in this puck movement. Motor City keeping it in the offensive zone pretty well, but they're going to give this one away, and it's going to be flipped ahead and cleared, and it will be icing. So 6:31 left here in the third period. 5-3 game. It's going to go to a media timeout. Brady again, shots on goal, and if anything has changed in our out-of-town scoreboard.
Shots on goal in the third period, 9-1 in favor of Motor City. Defense really clamping down on the Seawolves. The game total 40-25 in favor of Motor City. Around the Fed, Danbury's lead has shrunk a bit. It's 5-3. They lead Port Huron. Delaware still has the 3-goal advantage over Watertown, 4-1 out in Harrington. Columbus has retaken the lead. Carolina had tied it up at 2-2, but Columbus with the goal to go ahead. They lead at 3-2 midway through the third period, and Binghamton cruising to a victory. They lead 6-1 over Elmira. That game also in the third.
Well, again, the one game that we were really looking closely at, Columbus and Carolina. Again, 1 point separates those two. And if Columbus is able to win this one, tomorrow night's pivotal. It's really, again, a playoff series for these two teams because Columbus wins, first place is on the line tomorrow night.
Even if Columbus can force overtime, that means the best. Carolina can add 1 point. A regulation win would be back in Columbus. If they can get that win in regulation, they would take first place. So the assignment for Columbus on the road, just get it to the extra frame. Keep it within reach for when you go back to Columbus. You got a chance in Georgia.
And that's a fair point. Again, tomorrow's going to be interesting. Because, they're in Carolina tonight, Columbus tomorrow. Motor City trying to get control of the puck. That might be, no, they're going to wave it off. Milam has control of it. Drops it off. Miguel Diaz looking to break this one out. He's going to get taken out. Gets his footing back. Now he'll stop. Miguel Diaz getting the breakout going again. Nick Miguel Diaz carrying it all the way, end to end, coast to coast. He'll lose the puck, though, at the end line. Connor Lind gives it up to the near side. Jackson Bond gets the breakout, so he gets it to center. Upright on a bank pass. Can't be controlled. Here's Inger. That's a hard shot. Like that look, though, because, again, DeLazio came out of his crease. And if you can catch him, you can maybe go over his shoulder. A Let's Go Rockers chant coming from the far side of the ice. And this has been one of the loudest crowds we've had here at Big Boy Arena.
You can see the section across from us in the Mississippi zone. They've been loud. They've been boisterous all night. And I even talked to some fans. They said you can hear that pop when Motor City gets a goal. And the acoustics in here, even if you don't have a lot of fans, it can still get loud.
Again, you can still get your tickets. Go to mcrockershockey.com/tickets. Secure your spot Wednesday night for the playoffs. And guess what? If you want to come in for Fan Appreciation Night tomorrow night, we'd love to have you as well. Again, you can skate with the players after the game. Puck drop will be 6 o'clock. Caranci overskates the puck. Vanderweel moving it ahead. Haskins trying to settle it down. Again, there's fun for the whole family here. Got a full-service bar. Got a Genesis Rockers Kids Zone. We're face painting, mini sticks, balloon animals can be had for the young ones. Here's Yokademov carrying this one in. Lariakos. Bond tried to center it. Nets off the moorings. And Bond and Babin going at it. And now Lariakos and Babin are going at it. Babin's had enough. And now Lambden's going after Bond. Yanni Lariakos and Babin are still tied up. And
no
over
one's
there,
worried about Babin. They're just going to let him go.
Well, no one's worried about Lambden and Bond. They're still going at it on the far side.
Like, I know it's usually the linesman's job to step in the way, but yeah, the Orange Stripe's going to have to do it over there.
They've been battling and tussling like it's a round of a UFC fight.
That seemingly came out of nowhere.
Well, again, Jackson Bond has been roughing up Trevor Babin all night. Trevor Babin is protective of his crease and of his space. And when you get into his personal space, he does not like it. He punched Jackson Bond earlier.
Well,
and we're going to have a lot to sort out.
This has been a very peaceful third period, not a lot. And then through a match at a gas station and bang, get some fireworks. So it looks like Lambden and Bond are done for the game.
And that
they're heading to the locker rooms.
And that would make sense.
Looks like Leorakos and then whoever's going to serve for Babin will take the penalty. Are they going to send Babin on? Oh no, we have the media timeout right now as well. So so while they sort it out, it's our final media timeout.
Well, yeah, we didn't have an opportunity to take the middle one, but we still have a lot to sort out. Ken Falke has his hands full running the scorer's table with that clipboard, trying to get things sorted out here. But again, it's the final media timeout. Brady, shots on goal. We know we're going to have to get some things sorted out on the scorer's sheet, but shots on goal, and if anything has changed in the last 2 minutes or so.
Motor City heavily outshooting Mississippi 11-1, and now, hold on, we got some action going on at the red line.
Well, Cerrone and Suffredini are talking across the line.
Again.
Cerrone wants to. I think
Trevor Babin got the boot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Trevor, hey, get off the ice. We need your Wednesday, bud.
Well,
Mississippi has nothing to play for.
Yep.
They can goon it up. They can do this, and there's not really going to be repercussions. For Motor City, you're very live as the 3 seed to possibly upset a team, don't do anything to put you shorthanded. You've worked so hard to get to full strength. You've worked so hard to get to this point to where you've beaten everyone in the Fed sans Danbury. Don't do anything that can ruin it in a game that, with Port Huron losing to Danbury, really doesn't mean a whole lot.
Well, this one has been bubbling to the surface. It finally exploded, and Trevor Babin and Jackson Bond were kind of going at it. And then finally, Yanni Liriakos protected his small guy, and then you had to battle the small guys. Jackson Bond, who's 5'7", and Cade Lambden, who's 5'6". Tail of the tape, they went at it.
All right, we'll get back to the shots. 42-25 for the game, 11-1 in the third period. Both favor Motor City. Around the Fed, Danbury officially beats Port Huron 5-3. So Motor City is locked into the 3 seed. Port Huron locked in at the 4 spot. Who they will play still up in the air. But if both sides upset, Motor City would get the pair of home games. Delaware has extended their lead over Watertown. They lead at 5-1. Columbus still up 3-2 over Carolina. That despite Carolina getting 52 shots off against Columbus. And Binghamton 7-1 lead over Elmira. As we sort this carnage out, Motor City, again, just under 4.5 minutes away from getting back in the win column and trying to build the momentum into the playoffs.
Well, this is going to be the second game here for Ricky Gonzalez. He had a debut last weekend, last Friday to be exact, against Mississippi. Led in 5 goals on 22 shots, even though the defense was not in front of him. But the kid out of Davison, Michigan, played for Chatham University, had a really respectable career there. His save percentage was over 90. Most of his career, his first 2 years at Chatham, didn't even have a goal coach. He was able to correct a lot of things, but in 5 years at Chatham University, the save percentage was at 90.1%. Goals against average was 3.49, as he will come in and play the last 4:21 left of this game. Really cool story here, though. He did play in the MDHL. It's a fall league here in Michigan that skates out of Plymouth at the Plymouth Rec Center. A lot of good hockey players all across the state. Doesn't matter if you're high school or you're playing AAA hockey, you get an opportunity to play there. So he did play a season in the MDHL for the Green Team. Then after that, played for the Lansing Capitals 18U AAA team before moving on to the NA3HL for the Nashville Junior Predators, and then finally played 1 year for the Toledo Cherokee before moving on to Chatham University. That's where he's been, again, the last 5 years. So really quickly, I know there's still a lot to get sorted out.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any official word, but if I had to guess, this is how I'd assume this would work out. I'm going to guess that Leo Rocco's for Mississippi is going to get 5 for fighting. I'm going to assume, given that Trevor Babin left the ice, he got the fighting and probably a game ejection for instigating in the final 5 minutes. And then Cade Lambden and Jackson Bond will get continuation ejections each. That is my guess. We'll wait, and Leo Rackos is coming off. So I'm going to guess he got a game misconduct as well. Or maybe he just wants to head to the locker room early. But again, if Mississippi ties it up and it's not a game misconduct, he could come back out for overtime if it wasn't a game. So, all right, just 5 for fighting for all of them. But if, well, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong. If a goaltender fights, does he have to serve the penalty? Because you know if he gets a slashing or a 2-minute minor, he doesn't have to. But if he gets a 5 for fighting, is he required to serve that?
I'm pretty sure he is. But then again, going back to all my time watching hockey, I can't recall a time where a goaltender has fought and then stayed in a game. So either way, Ricky Gonzalez is going to be in for the last 4 minutes of this game. Can have some redemption from last Friday in Biloxi. Here's Koash getting control of the puck. Has Inger crashing and going to lose control of the puck. But, man, you just hope. Oh, there's a shot by Koash. Good save. You hope either way that it's not you hope it's not a 2-game suspension or a 1-game suspension. You hope there's no suspensions at all. Because, again, that could be dire for Wednesday. But Kevin Mallon and Adam Fish have had their hands full tonight. They've swallowed the whistles a lot, and the fact it's only 5 for fighting does not really surprise me all that much, Brady. There's a deflection by Conway. That's going to be another good save by DeLazio. He'll freeze the puck. So far, Ricky Gonzalez still going through his motions, warming up on the far side. Hasn't seen action just yet, and I think he'd be okay if he didn't see a lot of action in the next 180 seconds. Glad to see Ricky, though. He's a great kid. Was able to meet him when he joined the team in Port Huron 2 weeks ago. Here's Conway in the slot. Fired at stick side. That's going to go wide. It's a really nice kid. Was very humble. The players, though, you'll notice if once the puck comes down to the right side as Russell tries to get the puck, it's not going to be icing. Play will continue. Sufferdini gets it to the half wall. Here's Turner. Turner just gets it down low. Centering opportunity. Gonzalez kicks that one away. Inger has control of the puck and gets it out of the D zone. But the guys were kind of hazing him a little bit. They said, well, obviously, Ricky, we know why you're here because you have purple goalie pads. It was a no-brainer. And he kind of did not know how to react with the guys razzing him a little bit. But, of course,
sharp look for him, and he just has to survive the final 2:45.
Yeah.
He's going to have to open the defense in front of him. Maybe gives him a little more help than he got a week ago.
Well, Sufferdini has control of the puck. Of course, Chatham's colors are purple and I think gray. So it also matches, but we'll have another delay call here on Motor City, it looks like. And maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be 6-on-5 the rest of the way. It is going to be icing as Anthony DeLazio went to the bench with about 2:25 left here in the third.
But yeah, Ben, I do believe from everything I'm seeing, and I couldn't find anything in the official Fed rulebook, but usually if a goalie only gets a 5 for fighting, I'd assume a player on the ice would serve it.
Right.
But they kicked him out, and there was no misconduct penalty.
Well, so he'll be back.
I guess theoretically, if this game went to overtime, he could be back.
There you go. Well,
I just want to double check, make sure there was no misconduct, but if there's not, I have to imagine if Mississippi did pull off the comeback about a minute into overtime, they could put Babin back between the pipes.
They could if they want. You're right. There's no misconduct on the score sheet or anything like that. Again, a lot of things to sort out, but I know a lot of people are wondering, why are we playing on Wednesday? Well, because it builds in a travel day for both teams. Both teams will probably leave immediately after Wednesday. Don't know if you're going to play in Columbus or Carolina, but you do have a game on Wednesday night. So you have that game on Wednesday. Immediately after Wednesday, you get on a bus. You go to your respective destinations. You can use Thursday to recover, and then you'll have games on Friday and Saturday at the higher seeds place, whether that's Columbus or Carolina. That's why the game is on Wednesday night. It allows for a clean travel day and a rest day for both these teams. So but it's a growing moment either way for Mississippi. Joe Pace pulling his goaltender. These guys don't have a lot to play for. Matter of fact, they have nothing to play for. But they want to fight till the end for the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds as Anthony DeLazio is on the bench. It's going to be 6-on-5. They took a timeout to discuss things as well. Kind of like how this sets up for Mississippi maybe next year, building that callus, building that toughness, and getting that competitive edge as well.
Gordy Brown's having a word with the official.
Well,
curious to be what he could be talking about. Maybe he's asking the same question we asked. Why is my goaltender in the back? Now, they could have not relayed the information, and they will give him a game after the fact when they change it. But
either way, it's Jonathan Giuliano, who's an assistant coach, Corey Swider, and of course Gordy Brown all kind of just putting their hands up after that conversation. We know as much as they do at this point. But either way, it's 6-on-5 for the next minute. Well, 2 minutes, 120 seconds to be exact. Perks tries to swipe at it. See who's going to get maybe an empty net goal. There's Elias Thompson. He's going to ice that puck.
I do like the decision to pull early. Down 2 goals, losing by 2, losing by 3 doesn't make a difference. But if you want to stage a comeback, I like the aggressiveness pulling the goalie earlier than normal.
Well, Brady, our friends in the chat, reminding us that once a goalie fights, he's automatically ejected. So either way, here's Russell with the puck, firing that one. It's going to be deflected. Ricky Gonzalez protecting the near side post. Puck goes behind him. Here's Caranci, gives it to the far side. Good save by Ricky, and he'll freeze the puck right there. That's playing the angles from the young goaltender. Ricky Gonzalez stepping in front of that one, stopping the puck and freezing it. Minute 29 left. And Ricky is 25 years old. Thankful for the opportunity. But Ricky, again, still needs to graduate from Chatham. He still has to finish a lab. So fortunate he could play this weekend, because guess what? We needed him.
Yeah, probably didn't think he was going to get put between the pipes, but came up.
There's Vanderweel, number 2. Danny Vanderweel making it 6-3 with a minute 15. And that should be an ejection as the puck was thrown into the celebration line. Don't think the officials saw it, though.
Now get out of this last 1:15 peacefully.
Trying to see who was. Well, it was number 7, Sam Turner, who fired the puck into the celebration. But either way,
let's get out of here peacefully. Get ready for tomorrow's game, and more importantly, gear up for potential playoff game on Wednesday.
Yep, going to be a playoff game no matter what. Just don't know against who. Mike Wynn gives it back to Vanderweel. Again, Vanderweel has 2. Maybe looking for 3 as he gets the puck still in the offensive zone. Vanderweel entered the game with 4 goals. So he's got half of his goal total here tonight, 1 on the empty net. So he now has 6 on the year with 9 points for 15 total on the season. Lucas Helland has the puck, gives it up to the near side. Connor Lind has control of it. That was poked at by Elias Thompson. And that's going to be cleared out. 20 seconds. It should be icing, and it is. They'll blow the whistle with 16.4. Either way, Motor City's going to walk away with a win tonight. Did not matter what happened in Port Huron, the way you would have liked to see it. Brady, Motor City controlled their own destiny, and they took it.
Exactly. Lock in 3rd in the Continental Division. Carolina and Columbus going to overtime, so that means the game tomorrow will at least mean something. In fact, there's no way that tomorrow isn't potentially for the division lead and the 1 seed. Love to see it, want them to have to work as hard as possible down the stretch.
Here's Rotundi, backhand, another empty net, it's in! With under 2 seconds to go, Ryan Rotundi goes 115 feet for that one. Number 73 gets number 2 on the year, and it is 7-3. Well, actually, no, that's going to be 127 feet. Two empty net goals. as de Blasio was pulled again. And that'll do it. Motor City. And I will say this, it's not going to mean much, but the players are going to surround Ricky Gonzalez because he stepped in when he had to. It's going to be a part of a win for the second time, the first time, but second game in his career. And he did it. He did stop a clean shot, made sure no one could score, did what he could do. Nice rebound effort from